From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 11:40 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Where do you start on a day like today? NBA Finals? Yeah, back burner, right? Because you got Danny Hurley turning down the Lakers, and you got the possibility now, however faint, however slim, the possibility of seeing Kyle Draper and Steph Curry on the same court, same time, lifetime.
In Folsom, think about this, dude. I've played on the same court as Steph Curry. We both competed.
Yeah.
We both sweated in the same gym. We both broke ankles in the same gym. We both made three-pointers.
People want to see
in the
it.
same gym. I know.
Want to see that dream matchup.
Yo, man, I was so bummed to miss it because I was down in Half Moon Bay, teeing it up at Half Moon Bay, the ocean course. But I'm getting texts. Drapes, your boy Steph Curry's here. My son, Dad, guess what I heard? Because one of my son's friends was out there as well. And I'm like, of all weekends to go out of town and not be at Lifetime, you want to know the craziest part of it, Whitey? The craziest part of this Steph Curry thing. Let me pull it up right here.
Bazemore was out there too, right?
My guy Kent Bazemore was out there. My guy Marcus, Coach Marcus, on Tuesday sends me a text. Open run Saturday night, 6 to 8, Folsom Lifetime. I need a head count for everyone who wants to attend. He's like, Drapes, what's up, brother? Let me know if you want to come check it out. This was the open run. I had to tell him I can't make it. You know, I'm going out of town.
Yeah.
But he told me there's going to be some high-level basketball being played. Come on out. He didn't tell me Steph Curry. He said Kent Bazemore might be there. I didn't know that Steph was going to be there. That would have been a dream. Can you imagine, dude? If I would have played on the same team as Steph Curry, I don't think I would have shot the ball other than like open layups from him.
Right.
I'm looking for him the whole time. He's coming off screens.
Well, you're a facilitator anyway.
Exactly. I'm trying to get 10 assists, you know, and so I was so bummed, man. I'm like, dude, you got to let me know that Steph Curry's going to be there. I would have amended my plans. I would have came back, rushed back. So
he tried. He tried.
He threw it out there. Yeah, he threw it out there. Hey, man, just so you know, we're having a big time run coming on Saturday. Yeah. You know, some big time players. You might want to come.
That's all right, because I'm sure you striped it at Half Moon Bay. Probably 2 under.
2 under? The ball's lost. I lost 2 balls at least. Let me tell you something about golf really quick, and you should know this. Anybody that golfs knows this. It's all mental for me. And what's a problem for me is I'm on my phone too much when I play.
Oh, you can't be on your phone at all.
Dude, through the first 8 holes, I was terrible. I got to look at my scorecard. It was awful. My buddy I was golfing with, it's like, Drapes, you got to put down the phone. Put the phone in your bag, big fella.
Right.
I did that. Pew, started striping it. And so from now on, if you try to text Drapes while he's golfing, try to tweet at me, I'm not answering. I'm not responding. I am locked in now. And then I just saw my boy Tom Morton over at Hagen Oaks, gave me a nice little lesson on the driver. That's how I'm going to be smacking it. So I'm excited to get back out.
So back nine, you dominated, right? Is that what you're telling us? You put the phone away?
I put the phone away. I played much better. I don't even know what I shot because they were keeping score on the other scorecard. Like it was a foursome. And so because I was keeping score on my phone too. That's why I do that also. So I put the phone away and your boy had at least 3 or 4 pars on the back nine, which is, nice. Good for me. So, yeah, man, it was a good weekend.
What's Coach Morton say?
Nah, Coach told me, I got to stand a little farther away from the ball. I got to, push my left shoulder back a little bit. I got to get a little more turn and not come as steep. I got to. Oh, yeah. So he's trying to, give me some anti-steepening drills and stuff like that to do. So I'm excited to get back out.
Good coaching, talent.
Exactly.
Mental acuity.
It's all coming together. Yeah, it's all coming together, man, at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what did you think of the Danny Hurley news today?
Not surprising. Not surprising. I just think, when you're Danny Hurley, and this is something you talked about last week, king of the castle, you run in college basketball, you're the best, and you got a wife and family, like, outside of like maybe taking a Celtics job or a Knicks job, I don't know if any other NBA job Danny Hurley would have left for. As much as, the Lakers, a glamour franchise, LeBron James, all that, that's a massive move for Hurley and his family. And I just felt, money wasn't the issue for him, right? He's getting paid a boatload, I think around $8 million, something like that, at least over at UConn. And so I'm not surprised. Now, if it was me, I probably would have taken the job. But he's at the mountaintop already of college basketball. And so, it's sort of, I like to think of it the way, when I decided to come here to Sacramento, I could have stayed in Boston, could have been comfortable. Life would have been grand. Job was well secure. I could have stayed there another 20 years. But for me, I wanted a different challenge. I had gotten bored and, I wanted something fresh and new. But for Hurley, he's like at the mountaintop. He's winning. Like that can't get old, can it? And so I'm not surprised. I'm
glad to see it fall apart for the Lakers because we don't like the Lakers. But putting that aside, I think I have more respect for Danny Hurley. I think he's smart to turn this down because I think it was the Lakers were asking him to do something that he would not have been able to do.
Which is what?
Which is turn that franchise around and then through his ability to develop players once LeBron's gone, take their fair to middling core of young players and build a team around what would by then be a fading Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what they were asking him to do, Whitey. I really don't. Because when you look at it, they got a stockpile of draft picks. They're always in the market for free agents. So I don't think they were looking for him to take C-level talent and turn them into champions. I think that's overblown because in the NBA, you ultimately win with talent. It's not even about development really as much.
But it was, according to reports, but a lot of it was, hey, we can't go out and bring in as many free agents. We need somebody who can develop our players. That was a big part of the
right now. That's right now. But when LeBron retires, cap space opens up. Like there will be another star. It's not, pair an aging Anthony Davis with Max Christie and try to win a championship with that. I think, honestly, the Lakers will make a big splash this offseason. I don't think they'll run it back. I think they will get another champion. I just ultimately think from a family standpoint, he's a New York guy, a New England kind of guy, Northeast guy. I just think it's too much of a move for him. Like, and it could have been the Denver Nuggets. It could have been OKC. I just don't think, the Hurley family is so entrenched in that, New York, Connecticut area that it's tough to leave, man. I mean, I'll keep it real. I'll pull the curtain right now. My wife and kids, they didn't want to move. Like, and my wife's still having a hard time. She still wishes she was in Boston. And so I get it. From his standpoint, it's a great opportunity. Coach one of the premier franchises. But if your wife isn't happy, it can turn ugly quickly.
And the other big story, how big we can debate that, Sasha Vezenkov. Sasha wants out. The Kings have told him he's out. We don't know what's really going on. We'll try to sort through it today. But we have Emmy, the biggest Sasha fan
she's on
in
early.
the world, joining us on Sacktown Sports. Emmy, how are you doing with all this?
Hey, guys. Pretty good. I get it. To my understanding, what happened is as soon as Mike Brown's contract was negotiated, he wanted to be traded. And I get it because he's not happy being on the bench, not being in the rotation, getting only like 10 minutes a game, and not even in a bunch of DNPs.
Where would you like to see him play? If you could pick anywhere, Emmy, where would you like to?
San Antonio or Brooklyn, where Jordy wants him. Jordy wanted him in the Kings way more than Coach Brown.
Yeah.
Jordy knows him from Europe.
Okay. Thank you, Emmy.
Because Jordy, look, guys, Jordy used to play with in Barcelona, right? And Sasha used to play in Barcelona before going to Greek team Olympiacos.
Thank you. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe Jordy picks him up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a trade already in the works.
Yeah, Emmy's on the YouTube chat talking about it too. Sasha in Brooklyn or San Antonio, she's saying, she's one of
the first people I thought of when I saw that story.
She's like the Sasha Whisperer, right?
Yes,
she's connected. And I guess Carmichael David and we're talking about it, and somebody had raised the fact that, once Mike Brown got his extension, Sasha, was like, maybe this isn't the best place for me. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds like if all these reports are true, it's probably best to some sort of mutual parting of the ways or trade or something, figure out a way to move on from Sasha.
I have nothing against Sasha, but I wanted to trade him before he even got here.
No, don't do that, Whitey. You can't.
It's true.
I'm not, but you're the same guy that said he was going to start 40 games over Harrison Barnes also.
Ask
I heard Alan. I know. Why'd you want to trade him beforehand?
Because he's not a good fit.
But then when he got here, you said he was going to start over Harrison Barnes.
What am I going to do? Huh?
Dude, you're killing
Once
me, man.
He's here, once the guy's here, you gotta
you
try
like
to
a weatherman.
him.
You like a weatherman. You know what I mean? It's going to be sunny and 90. It rains, and then I don't hear anything from you. It's crickets. Then you get it right once. See, I told you it was going to be sunny, and it's all right.
You only say that every time.
I do. No, that's it's crazy that it didn't work out, man. This is we're going to dive into this over the next 4 hours, but I think this is a bad look for the organization, really, because this was their key off-season acquisition signing last year, and it didn't pan out.
Conversation continues. Also, Boston winning a sloppy game too. Opportunity may be knocking for Dallas when we come right back. Sacktown Sports.
The news on vapes.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the All-Star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the All-Star team. Get your girth on.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the man in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use.
Keep your family
But
cool
parents-
and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
The Drive Guys, live and local. Every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
On the chat here from Curtis 6, if Jordy knew Sasha well, then let's trade Sasha for Michael Bridges. There
Come
you
on,
go.
man. What are we-
Brilliant. Brilliant idea.
Did he really say that?
He's having fun. Yeah. It's a great idea.
Unbelievable, man. I can't. Jordy Newton, let's trade Sasha for Bridges. Come on, man. That's yeah, I'm sure, right? And throwing a second round pick, it might be able to get done, right?
I'll throw in 2 seconds.
2 seconds? Oh, you sweetening the pot.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? We have Manny Too Legit drapes how those headphones holding up.
Beautiful.
Working better now.
Beautiful, man. These things are sweet, you know. It's you know what it is? These Bose headphones are like pillows for your ears, big fella.
Mm-hmm.
The way they just fit snugly on there.
Yeah,
They're so comfortable, man.
Yeah.
You can wear these out in the snow up there in Tahoe and everything. They just keep you warm and snuggly.
On the text line, Noah from West Sac. 2 lost Kirkland balls in the Pacific Ocean?
Only one. No, it's amazing, man. Even it's like a joke now, too. Like, when, I was playing with my buddies and they're like, oh, man, I can't find my ball. I'm like, what are you playing, Kirkland? And everybody, it's like, it's a thing, man. It's so funny. Tom was joking about it today. Tom Morton over at Hagen Oaks, this is what he said about Kirkland golf balls. He said they are the hot dog of meats.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like the leftovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You throw like it's low grade.
Like, I just want a hot dog.
A good hot dog, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what Kirkland golf balls are. The hot dog of meat.
I haven't played since I got some Kirklands from my neighbors. I'm gonna have to get out there, and I'm excited about what it'll do for my game.
Seriously,
I gotta tell you.
I mean, it's like hitting a rock. That thing will run. Don't hit the cart path with that thing, man. That thing will go sailing. So,
how about your Celtics last night? A very sloppy game last night, but Boston hangs on. They're up 2-0, but if Porzingis is hobbled a little, maybe the door is opening a little bit for Dallas going back home. Maybe?
Well, I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go with my take right here. Because I watched the game yesterday, and as I'm watching it, I thought to myself, you know what? This is going to be a home court series. I thought Dallas played decent yesterday. I thought they gave the Celtics all they could handle yesterday. But I feel like knowing Dallas, knowing that crowd, that atmosphere, that energy, the P.J. Washingtons, the Derrick Jones Jr.'s, the even Kyrie Irving, they're going to play much better in Dallas. Like for Kyrie, Boston is a house of horrors for him. Like, it's just an awful place for him to play. I mean, so much PTSD and so many. So I think this is going to be a home court series, and I give the Mavericks a chance at home to take 2.
I thought Boston should have won that game by a lot more points than they did.
Yeah.
Their bad shooting kept Dallas in it.
Yeah.
Dallas has been forced out a lot of things they like to do offensively. And one of the problems for Kyrie, I know he's not playing well and he looks out of sorts, but I mean, they're playing him really tough. They're defending him very well.
And give the Celtics credit. They are defending them really well, and they have a switchable team. Mm-hmm. So they could switch on, all right, Drew Holiday got him. Now Derek White, now Jaylen Brown, now and so the Celtics defense is locked in tremendously right now. And I think, and Michael Wilbon said this during the pregame show, I got to imagine Jason Kidd has to turn to Tim Hardaway Jr. He needs guys out there that can make shots. No offense to Dante Exum or Hardy or, anybody like that. But Tim Hardaway Jr., maybe he's not the best defender. But you can't tell me that he's not a threat on any given night to get you 20 points, to hit 3 or 4 threes. And I think that opens it up and helps out Kyrie and Luka so much. I would not be surprised to see Tim Hardaway Jr. get some burn.
Luka had a good game, right? Overall, he had a good game.
Outside of the turnovers, yeah.
And some of those turnovers that they forced those turnovers out of him. But he looks flat worn out. He's working hard right now.
He's working hard, and listen, he's banged up. He's really banged up. I mean, it's not a secret. And I'm watching him, in that first quarter, even though he was making some ridiculous shots, like he looks like that old dude in the gym that has no lift, no speed, can't blow by anybody, and is just doing it on guts and heart. And so that's why Kyrie has to get going. Remember, I talked about, last week about an X factor, and I said it might be Kyrie Irving, because I've seen this version of Kyrie before where he really struggles against length and physicality, and that's what the Celtics are doing. He has to be. Dude, you can't be Kyrie Irving, the second best player, Uncle Drew, and have 12 points in game one and 16 in game two? 28 points? You're being played by Drew Holiday and Derek White. That can't happen if you're Dallas.
So far, Boston's defense, they're overmatching the Mavs, and the turnovers the Mavs had last night. They had a lot of turnovers. Some of them were terrible turnovers. Some of them, hey, Boston played great defense, give them credit.
Yeah.
But some of them were unforced errors committed by the Mavs that were just jaw-droppingly bad.
Bad turnovers. And they just, to your point, look out of sorts. They don't look like the team we saw run through the Western Conference, over the last couple of months. I don't know if the time off has, sort of hurt them a little bit, but give the Celtics credit. The Celtics are playing with so much force on both ends, and they look tremendously locked in. With that being said, the Mavs were right there.
Mm-hmm.
If PJ Washington throws that down, that breakaway, you got a 3-point game, and who knows what happens after that.
Let me see if we get a foul. Was it foul?
Yeah. Foul? Oh, yeah, foul. I didn't think it was a foul at first, but I see the replay anytime you got a hand in the back. And then I wondered, what happened to his lift? He didn't get up over the rim at all. And so I wonder if the hand in the back sort of, forced him not to be able to jump.
Did you hear what your boy Chris Mannix said about that play?
Oh, shoot. No, I did not. What did he say?
He said he watched it 100 times. He said PJ Washington jumped too early. Said he just missed that dunk.
Really?
He didn't get it to the rim. And if you watch the replay, I don't know whether he's right or not, but if you watch the replay, PJ Washington's looking behind him.
Right.
It's like maybe he did. He took off.
I got to take a look at it. I got to take a look at it.
Brown had a hand in his back, which may or may not have had an impact. Then you had both guys blocking it. But I think if they had left him alone, he might have rimmed it. That might have been a rim check.
Yeah. You might be right. And I need to look at it again because
that wasn't a foul.
Oh, you don't think so?
Come on.
You don't think so? Nah. Hand in the back. That's like textbook 101 of foul. If a guy is going up and you put your hand in the back,
barely touch.
They've called worse.
Marginal contact, incidental contact.
And I was going to say about this series, if I'm John Horst, the Bucks GM, or if I'm Joe Cronin, the Blazers GM, like, what are you doing? Like, if David Stern was the commissioner, there would have been an investigation in this. How do you let Drew Holiday go? First of all, if you're the Bucks GM, I get it. You're going after Dame. But then if you're the Blazers, this is a guy, Drew Holiday, a season ago, not this past season, but we're average 19 points per game. How do you just
I don't know why.
You're right. I agree with you. What are you like?
I don't know why anyone ever let him go.
Right.
He's a really solid, good player. He's a good guy. He plays hard. He defends. Philly let him go during the Sam Hinkie and the process.
The process era. Yeah.
They let him go. They drafted him. Was like, no, he's not.
They could use a guy like that right now. I mean, it's unbelievable how good Drew Holiday is. And, you could argue right now he's the MVP of the finals right now. He's been the most consistent and best player, him and Jaylen Brown. And so it's criminal that they basically handed this guy to the Boston Celtics.
Right.
That's when the Celtics won the title. Not when they traded for Porzingis. Mm-hmm. That was a good move. But when you lose a guy like Marcus Smart, your best on-ball defender, your heart and soul, where are you going to turn to? Like, I thought they had a hole, but then they got Drew Holiday a month before the season, and I'm like, it's a game over. It's a wrap.
That said, Jay pointed out on text to you and I, of course.
What did he say?
That the ratings for game one, not good.
Dude, I told you, man. It's the playoffs. I was with some fellas last night watching the game, and I'm like, it's just been weak this year. There are no iconic performances.
But weren't you excited about this matchup? I was. I admit I was.
And I still am. Like I said, I think Dallas has a chance going back home. But Luka clearly isn't 100%. Like, the dude is really banged up. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, if we got a sweep here or 5 games, like, this is, it's sort of like when you're an NBA and you negotiate these contracts, TNT, ESPN, ABC, all that, you base it on, 7 games. Hopefully everything goes 7 games. These playoffs have been so weak, you might have to give back some money, some buybacks or something, because this could be over in 4 or 5.
Wow, why is everyone coming after you all of a sudden?
Man, I don't care about these yahoos on
Eric
so.
Stoneburner. Old dude, telling on yourself, Drapes. Just messing with you. That's
About
Eric,
what? About
Eric
what?
Stoneburner, when you said Luka looks like the old dude.
Oh, like, yeah.
Yeah. And,
Dallas Mavericks fan? Why are you crying for Luka? Ain't nobody
Mark
crying.
Rodriguez.
And Mark Rodriguez, see, this is what you need to know about me, Mark. I'm not going to pander to you guys driving home right now, listening on the radio, on the YouTube chat. I'm going to tell it like it is. Luka Doncic is clearly banged up right now. He's hurting right now. He's playing well, but some of those turnovers, he's not moving well out there. That's all I'm saying. I'm just keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
The Mavs are getting swept. They cannot keep up the defensive intensity it takes to win a championship for 48 minutes. I don't buy that, Curtis Hicks, because I've seen enough, and you have too. We all have. Things can change in a heartbeat. I mean, think about it. Milwaukee was down 2-0 to Phoenix back in 2021, was it? And so, I mean, things change. And so I think once you get back to the home court for Dallas was in this game, Whitey.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they were getting blown out or anything like that. So it's not far-fetched for me to say, you know what? I feel like Dallas could get a game or two at home.
To that point that Curtis makes, I picked Boston like probably most people did. I know you guys picked Dallas. We got a long ways to go. But as far as a sweep, I just it's hard to see because of the way Boston still gets in their own way.
Right.
Still. Even the game last night, they had that game won. All of a sudden you look up, wow, if they score here, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah.
They miss shots. They get tight.
Right.
They have bad possessions when it's like they realize the game's right there for the taking right now. And all of a sudden they just cease to function.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
I think it was Derek White who hit a 3. And I think it was a 13-point lead. And I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. That's the game right there. Then, like you said, a couple minutes later, you look up and it's a 5-point game. And it's like
they do that all the time.
Exactly. And that's why I felt, man, if PJ makes that shot, then the pressure's on the Celtics. They aren't good, I don't think, in the clutch when you have to execute and everything. And I thought Dallas had a chance, but give the Celtics credit. But I'm not counting the Mavs out just yet.
Could Davion Mitchell be the Kings' new sixth man? Next, Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
It's the ride everybody wants to be driving, and Elk Grove Kia has them in stock right now. I'm talking about the 2024 Kia Telluride. And my friends at Elk Grove Kia can get you behind the wheel of a 2024 Telluride SX for only $419 a month, plus taxes and fees. Whenever I see one of these driving down the road or next to me at a red light, I just stop and admire it because the Kia Telluride just looks iconic. And not only is the Kia Telluride beautiful, it's got room for the whole family. There's a seating capacity for up to 7 passengers. Plus, it's loaded with tech. So is the 2024 Kia Telluride the right ride for you and your family? Come on down to Elk Grove Kia and the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Give it a test drive. And just a heads up, when you're here at Elk Grove Kia, you're going to be treated very well. You're not going to get this kind of car buying experience in Roseville, Vacaville, Sacramento, or Davis. That's why Elk Grove Kia has so many 5-star reviews. Again, check them out in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online, elkgrovekia.com. 24-month lease, $0 security deposit, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles per year, $4,999 due at signing based on approval of credit. VIN number 501850, ends June 30th, 2024.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the man in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or hagenoaks.com.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use, but parents need to know more about the dangers of nicotine. So know this. 1. Nicotine is a poison that can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can increase mood swings. 3. It can limit attention and learning. So even when it comes in new tech, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Farley. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Xfinity.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Headline. Drapes shares with us that Buster Olney has been hacked.
Yeah, I just, I follow Buster Olney, great baseball writer, and his Twitter account has been hacked, and it's pretty interesting here.
By someone who's just blatantly saying, I hacked this guy's account.
Yeah, I swear to you, I don't even know who I hacked. Who is this Buster? That was one of the tweets. The next tweet said, I hate Mets. Okay, if I get an unlimited prison sentence, who will come and bring... Oh, I can't read that word. So, yeah,
be careful.
But then Buster's still... Oh, no, maybe... Oh, my... Oh, now this person is sending out fake tweets. Trade. The New York Mets are finalizing a deal that will send Francisco Lindor to the Athletic, sources tell ESPN. I don't think that's true, right?
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
I don't think so.
Oh, and then this guy, I think Buster is sleeping now. And when he wakes up tomorrow, the cops will be at his door. This is pretty this is painful to look. And Buster has 1.3 million followers.
It's creepy.
It's creepy. Like, who does that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's...
Anybody who wants to, apparently. Not anybody who wants to, but there's a lot of people who can if they want to.
Yeah. It's poor Buster Olney. And now, all these tweets coming out, it's like, are any of them real or not? Like, he had one with the Phillies and White Sox are finalizing a deal that will send Luis Robert Jr. to Philly, sources tell ESPN. And I'm like, is that true? Or like, and so I don't know, man. This is brutal. Yeah.
That's one of the things I guess they didn't envision when we launched the internet.
Right.
And, Twitter and everything, right? This will be safe.
It's pretty bad.
Hack proof.
Yeah. That's, ouch. Poor Buster. You would think you somehow just shut it down or something, right? Like, I don't know.
It's out of his control.
It's out of his control. Darn.
One of the things that lit up Twitter around here over the weekend was Steph Curry with his appearance at Lifetime Gym in Folsom. Yeah.
Where the stars play.
Drapes could have been out there, but
I was playing golf, man. I was down there.
Heads up, wink, wink, like you might want to be here.
I should have. And think about that, Whitey. Like, who's a guy or an athlete that you would just not expect to see somewhere and be shocked? Like, if you're walking into Lifetime out in Folsom and you're at the front desk scanning here, and then Steph Curry walks in, like, what do you do?
Yeah, I had to check it like 3 or 4 times. Wait, what does it say?
Right.
Wait, what?
Yes. And then my son's friend was actually there, and I saw him yesterday. He was like, yeah, Steph was there, and, I thought about trying to get a picture, but I was trying to play it cool and everything. And I'm like, dude, that's Steph Curry. Like,
is that bigger than years ago when Michael Jordan played at the Scandia in Fairfield? He stopped.
He did that?
Yeah.
No way.
On his way up, I think, to play at Edgewood. And he stopped. He pulled over on his way to Tahoe, and he just played that mini golf course.
That's probably more random, right? Like, I could see Steph Curry in the gym somewhere, but Jordan on a mini golf, like,
yeah.
Like, pick it up, hurry up here. Because you know how mini golf is, man. There's always that one group that's taking way too long. And so that would be crazy. Yeah.
Chris Watkins explained why Steph was here. He said one of his daughters had a volleyball tournament.
Oh, so is that what it was?
And then it's like with Bazemore and let's
get him running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But from what you reported, if I can use that word, people knew he was coming a few days ahead of time.
Well,
right?
I don't know if this guy knew he was coming. He knew Bazemore was coming, though. And so, I'm sure Steph might have been a late ad, but this was an open run that was planned amongst high-level basketball players. And so Saturday night, SAO open run. I don't even know what that means. 6-day Folsom Lifetime. Then they were going to do X golf at El Dorado Hills, like like an outing. He said I needed a head count. He said, let me know if you want to come check it out, and I was like, dang, I was out of town. But yeah, so it's what's interesting is when I play in my Folsom Lifetime League, on the other court, there's like a group of like really skilled ball players. And I'm talking guys from like 18 to 25, 26, and Bazemore is running pickup and everything like that. So I wonder if it was this group, but they just did it Saturday, and Steph happened to stop by.
So the reports are that Steph and De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell are going to be working out together.
Yes.
Maybe around here, maybe there. Who knows? Who knows? What do you think of this? And I saw a picture that showed Mike Brown working with Davion. I don't know when it was from, how often they're doing that. What do you think of the possibility, if Malik goes, of Davion Mitchell being the Kings' sixth man? He wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah.
But if he can't bring somebody in who you know is going to bring instant offense, I could see him. He definitely brings defensive energy. He shot the ball well last year. I think there's some potential there. Again, I'm not saying, yes, that's it, perfect fit. But I could see, if I'm the Kings and I'm envisioning how to maximize my roster, something I'm looking at.
Maybe.
I'm not sold.
I'm not. Well, because where's my boy Keon Ellis at in this?
He's still going to be, fourth guard maybe?
Really? So he's behind, in your eyes, is he behind Davion on the depth chart going into next season?
If Davion's going to be sixth man, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Kevin Huerter, if he comes back, is still the starting two guard.
Kevin Huerter or whoever I get.
Or whoever you get. Okay. Right. All right. So, okay. Because I wonder, could Keon be that sixth man? Let's not forget, Keon was starting at the two guard spot, last 10, 15 games of the season. And so I wonder, is he ahead of Davion on the depth chart or not? I don't know.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, based on how much he played last year.
I think
what you're saying.
In that six-man role, ideally, you need somebody that can get buckets.
I agree.
Right?
I agree with that 100%.
And I would need Davion to take a step.
Neither one of those guys.
Right. I need those guys to be a little more aggressive. Like, your six-man has to be a double-figure scorer, I feel like. We're talking about Malik as sixth man of the year, Naz Reid sixth man of the year. Like, those dudes.
So I don't have that guy. If
We don't have that.
I don't have
Right, exactly.
Unless Huerter could become that type of player.
Do you think Davion could become, like you said, could he be the sixth man? Do you see him as a guy that can take that leap and hopefully be a 12 to 15 point per game scorer?
I think there's potential there. I see it because he helps you at both ends,
right?
But he is a little smallish. It all depends on if he can continue to shoot the ball like he did last year.
Yeah.
His improvement was, very dramatic second half of the year.
Yeah. I think this is an important upcoming season for Davion, too. I mean, this is a guy that, going into his fourth year. I think it's his fourth year.
Let's be honest, there's no guarantee he's going to be around either.
That's true. I mean, let's keep it real. There's only a handful of guys that are guaranteed to be around. If I'm Monty, almost everything is on the table as you look to improve this roster. But what's interesting about Davion, and let me take a look at his contract situation. Yeah. He's up for a rookie extension, I believe, before this upcoming season. So it'll be interesting to see what the Kings do with that. Do they view him as somebody that's going to be around here, long if they offer him that extension? He has one more year, a team option next year. I do believe they picked it up, or they will pick it up. But do they offer him the extension, rookie extension? I don't know. That's why this is a huge year for him.
Yeah, some people on the chat wondering about Duarte, the Docos Locos. He just didn't take advantage of the opportunity last year. Right now, if I'm looking, clinically at Chris Duarte, I just feel like we still don't know what he is, and he's running out of time to show the league that he is something. Doesn't mean I've given up on them, but
but let me say something here. Let me call it what it is. Let's keep it real, Kings fans. There were a number of players who did not live up to their expectations.
Sure.
Sasha, Chris Duarte, Kevin Herter, his numbers weren't, How much of it is on the players and how much of it is on the coaching and Mike Brown not sticking with guys? I think they go hand in hand. I'm not saying it's Mike's fault. I'm not saying this, but I know with Chris, he was in and out of the lineup. And I've talked about it before. The reason was I don't know if Mike fully trusted him. But what comes first? The players earning the trust of the coach or the coach showing trust in the player and then the player going out there and performing? Because I think that was a major issue for a number of the Kings this past season.
To me, Duarte got a lot of opportunities and wasn't able to take advantage of any of them.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm trying to remember. There may be a game or two that I'm missing, but it was pretty clear from the preseason when Herter was struggling. They thought, okay, Duarte, maybe we plug him in, and he just didn't play that well.
Yeah, I don't know, Whitey.
So in that case, to answer your question, me personally, I put it on him.
So I look at, I got his game logs, I'm just on Basketball Reference. I'm looking at the first 17 games of the season. And 14 minutes, 26, 14, 6, 25, 15, 10, 4, 9, 4, 14, 32, 8, 19, 21, 14, 13. Missed a couple of games, then played 1 minute, 3 minutes, 12 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And so I need a 20-game sample size. And I think this is the problem with our Kings team this past year. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's on the players, coaches, it might be on both. We did not have a set 8, 9-man core that we could turn to. Mike constantly had to search. He was constantly searching. All right, let me give Duarte some minutes. Let me give Keon some minutes. Let me give Sasha some. Even Davion struggled the first couple of months of the season. And so I think that was a major issue for us, and why our record wasn't better is that, we were severely top heavy. We knew what we were getting from Fox, Sabonis, and Keegan and Malik. HB was up and down. Kevin Herter was up and down. Duarte. And so I don't know if it's on the players or the coaches or what, but let's call it what it is. Monty's big 2 offseason moves did not pan out for the Kings for whatever reason. Duarte and Sasha didn't pan out the way they had hoped.
I'll tell you why I think Keon punches a hole in that argument when we come right back. And we'll continue the search for Kyrie Irving. Is he still on the Mavs? Is he out there somewhere? Kyrie, where are you? Next on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hey, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. And as a special deal all this week, when you enter promo code SAC20 at checkout, they'll give you 20% off your entire order. So when you want to enjoy great pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC20 at amicis.com, and Amicis delivers.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
TBO for details. N7124.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, his arrival on the big league club was delayed because of a knee injury and surgery, but it was certainly worth the wait for Miguel Andujar. In his first 7 games with the A's, he batted .448 and has 12 RBIs during that time, the most for an A's player since 2007. In his 13 hits, the 6th most in A's history for a player in his first 7 games.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah, for a Monday in June, we got a lot to talk about. We were just talking about the issue, the chicken or the egg question of the Kings bench. Kyle Draper asked the question, well, who's to blame for the inconsistency of some of the guys coming off the bench? Is it the players because they didn't play well, or is it the coach because he didn't give them the minutes? And obviously, there's a lot to be said for that. Matt Barnes, when he was on with us a couple weeks ago, we were talking about Mike Brown and the contract situation. And Matt said, I haven't followed it that closely. And we explained everything. And he goes, $10 million. He said, wow. He said, those rotations were really inconsistent.
Yeah, that was a big problem. And I know some of the players were frustrated by it too. They weren't sure, am I going to get 10 minutes tonight, 20 minutes, or 3 minutes, or not at all? And, I just felt like Mike just was constantly searching. And I don't know who comes first. Is it the coach instilling the confidence and you're our guy? Or is it the player, make the most of your opportunity when you get the chance, like Keon Ellis did?
That's what I was going to say.
Right. Yeah. Keon Ellis, back in that Houston game, it was garbage time. And, and Katie, we were doing the game together and I'm like, yeah, it's garbage time. She's like, I don't call it that. I don't say it's an opportunity for these guys, but let's keep it real too. Keon looked good in the Houston but then Mike went away from him for a while. It wasn't until later, second half of the season in which Mike turned back to him and give Keon credit, man. He forced the hand that Mike had to do.
There was a lot of inconsistency with the minutes, but to me, that's it. Keon Ellis continued to play well when he had opportunities. He continued to have an impact on the game. Not easy, super difficult, but to me, that was a thing. I have nothing against Duarte. I was excited when they got him here. I thought that's a sensible pickup, but to me, he just was not able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Well, and you're right. What's interesting about Keon, and he took advantage of those minutes. I mean, he played 30 minutes November 10th against OKC. I'm looking at some of his minutes here. 17 against Phoenix on December 8th. Then 14, 11, 27 against OKC, 26, 14, 19, 17, 11. And then he didn't play in 4 out of the next 5. And then there was a stretch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 games he didn't play at all. And so he was jerked around a little bit, and then eventually Mike settled on him, and I guess that's why they converted his contract too, because you didn't want to run out of, use up all his days. But then he got really regular minutes. And so I don't know, man. I still think Chris Duarte showed me some flashes last season. How about this? Is Detroit, or at Denver, he had 18 points. A win against Toronto, 14 points. And, I also go back to that game at San Antonio earlier in the season. I thought he really changed things. He only had 6 points, played 14 minutes, but Kings won by 9. But the Spurs were kicking our butt. He came in, applied full court pressure. And so the problem with Chris is I don't know who he is. Like, Mike wanted to make him into a defensive stud.
Yes.
But that's never been his game.
That's not what he
is.
is.
So I don't know what. And so there's a lot of blame that can go around for, the Sashas of the world, the Duartes of the world, and their struggles.
Yeah. But the bottom line is, as you said, the Kings made a lot of moves around the edges last year. They were designed to improve the team in the absence of any major moves. And really, none of them worked.
Right.
Yeah. Just none of them quite clicked. Nothing. Sasha didn't work.
I'm trying to think.
Duarte
Any
didn't
move?
work.
Like
Trey Lyles worked a little. They brought him back. That worked a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, Trey fizzled at the end too. And, if it wasn't for Keon, like Keon was, of the new guys or non-star guys, he was probably the brightest of spots in Davion's development second half. I'll give him some credit. But outside of that, the new guys, none of them pay. JaVale McGee.
Right.
It didn't really pan out. Our guy, he fell out of the rotation.
I remember talking to Monty on Media Day and say, wow, you guys got this guy right at the end of off season. He could have an impact.
Yep.
And, they were pretty happy about that. Didn't work out.
It didn't work out, and so that's one thing, when you talk to you brought it up, we need to upgrade the talent. I think obviously with the starters, but also the bench. Like we need 7, 8, at least 8 guys that we can count on night in and night out.
Now, looking at the finals, do you think Dallas can count on Kyrie going forward these next 2 games in Dallas?
I don't know, man. I want to say he's going to be improved back home. I feel like Jason Kidd isn't doing him any favors by their offense. I don't see Kyrie on the move a lot. I see Kyrie trying to go one-on-one and try to beat Drew Holiday and Derek White. And those are 2 of the elite. They were all defense, both these guys. And so I think if I'm Jason Kidd, I try to make the game a little easier for Kyrie. Get him on the move. Get him, with some double screens, drag screens or something. Get him something where he doesn't just have to dribble and try to create something. Get him moving. And so I look for the Mavs to make some big time changes, not only with the roster in terms of the substitution pattern, but also some plays we see out there.
He had 2 runners in the first half. They were nice moves, but I remember noticing on those how hard he had to work to get those shots off, and he made them. But they're just he hasn't faced a defense like this perhaps all year.
Yeah.
So that's the big reason to me why Dallas looks so tired and out of sorts, and out of rhythm. But if Porzingis is limping a little bit as he was yesterday and they're back home, they got every opportunity still to get back in this thing and turn it right back around.
Yeah, and I will say Dallas is one of the toughest places to play in the league. That fan base and that crowd, that arena, when they're rocking, it could snowball fast. And that's why I think I'm going to give them, a puncher's chance in game 3. And I think Kyrie will play better. I think some of the role players will play better. Yesterday, PJ had 14. Gafford almost had a double-double. Lively played decent. Kyrie is the one that's letting them down right now. Kyrie, when you're talking about your second best player, especially, and I'm talking for Dallas, this team, they need his scoring. He got to be 25 or above every night, I think.
And 16 points on 18 shots. Dallas,
right?
They can't win that.
What was he? 7 of 18? You got the box score.
I got a box score here somewhere. Yeah, 7 of 18.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Speaking of shooting, not to get bogged down in the numbers. But for Boston to go 10 of 39 from 3 and still win that game, for Dallas, you got to be like, wow, we're in trouble if we can't.
Right.
If we can't beat them on a night when they're shooting 3-ball like that.
Right. They did not take advantage of it. Look at Dallas's 3-point shooting. 6
Yeah.
of 26. They aren't hitting threes.
Nope.
And so I'll tell you what, and I was talking with Bobby Jackson, about this last night. You can't beat anybody scoring 98 points. And I know it's the playoffs and, scores are down a little bit, but you give up 105, you should have a shot to win that game. You should feel good about your defense. Celtics shot 45% from the field, close to 26% from three, and yet you lost the game. Like you said, the Celtics weren't clicking on all cylinders or anything like that. And so that's why I don't know what happened. I don't know why my boy Tim Hardaway Jr. is just totally out of the rotation, but they could use – why is Maxi Kleber getting some minutes? Like, what does he have on Jason Kidd? Maxi Kleber can't be in this series. He can't guard anybody, and he's not making shots. Give those minutes to some. I'd rather see more Daniel Gafford and Lively and those guys instead of Maxi Kleber. Go with my boy Tim Hardaway Jr., too. I think he's going to get some more minutes.
16 and 24 from the free throw line were the Mavs.
Did you see
Clank.
Luka 4 of 8. He missed his first 2, I think it was.
Well, he got into it with the Celtics owner.
Yeah. I didn't see that, exchange there, but afterwards he was asked about it and said, I don't know who the owner is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Did you get into it with somebody in the front row? No.
But, I mean, he's doing all he can. I mean, 32, 11, and 11. Sure, the turnover. How did he have 4 steals? How about that? Luka had 4 steals. But you got to get more from Kyrie, man. 16 just not going to get it done.
When we come back, decision day for Dan Hurley and the Lakers. Would you have made the same decision? He turned him down. Next on Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Save on rows and rows of new Hondas during our giant summer sale at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We all have some things from the past that we might regret, or better yet, might like to get rid of. I'm talking about that mistake you made years ago that still may be haunting you. How great would it be if that could be expunged and gone? Poof! Just like that. But where do you go for something like that? Try the Gonzalez Law Offices. Jonathan Gonzalez is right here in downtown Sacramento, and he's here for you. Maybe you need someone for wrongful termination. Again, the Gonzalez Law Offices. Go to saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip. A brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
You local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
I'm a little surprised there apparently are a lot of people that are not too sad to see Sasha apparently on his way out from the 916. Yay, no more Sasha. No more callers asking why this slow, grumpy, fringe, mediocre player isn't getting more playing time with the Kings.
Dang.
Slow, grumpy, fringe. Mediocre.
Was he grumpy? Player. Was he like?
I didn't think he was grumpy.
Grumpy, yes.
He could shoot. He still, in spite of everything, his 3-point shooting numbers were decent.
No, you're right about that, and I feel like, and I know he got some time early in the season, but it was just a rough year for him. The injuries, the ankle, and everything, never really getting into a flow. And when you look at it, you said he could shoot 37.5. That's not bad.
No, and
bad.
From watching him every game, he's capable of doing more.
Right, exactly. And
he never really got hot.
Never got hot. And he did have a stretch where I thought, okay, he's about to break out. Things are about to happen. Mm-hmm. Let me see where it was.
Wasn't that right before he sprained?
Yeah, right before he got hurt. Yeah, right before he played 17 minutes at Phoenix, then scored 14 points, played 10 minutes. Got 7 points, then played 6 minutes against Atlanta, 8, and then missed 7 games in a row. Man. And so he never, I'm looking at the big chunks that he missed, and he just never could get into a flow.
Mm-hmm. Also on the text line here, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Duarte, Davion, and Keon all got several chances to show coach. Only Keon grew. Davion can only be a successful sixth if he's going to knock down 40% of his threes. And I love this theory on Mike Brown. You're not going to like this.
I'm not.
You don't like these theories. No. Maybe Mike Brown jerked around with the rotations as a silent, passive-aggressive showing of displeasure about the lack of roster moves during the prior offseason. What do you think of that?
Whitey, I'm a man of the people, right? I love interacting with
you
the
say
fans.
That, but I'm beginning to wonder.
Nah, I'm about to start just ignoring YouTube and the text line because, all these trade requests, all these, theories and everything. It's getting to be too much. Everybody think they know, and it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just in a bad mood today. I've been watching First Take. Puts me in a bad mood. They're arguing all day about Caitlin Clark and everything. And I'm just like, I'm kind of over it, man. And now this conspiracy, maybe Mike Brown jerked around passive aggressive. Think about that. I'm a jerk around my players, lose games to show management. Come on,
that'll learn.
Right. What are we doing, people? And I'll tell you what, I hate the most. I'm over it. I'm listening to Styles and Watkins driving here. My guy's great show. And people are, telling them their trade proposals. Keep your damn trade proposals to yourself. I don't want to hear us giving up 2 second-round picks for Mikal Bridges ever again. It's like, this guy, I forget who he was, but he went on for about 5 minutes. Man, if we could get Levine, Caruso, Kuzma, LeBron, our squad would be, and I'm like, dude, why are we giving up what we don't want and expecting to get the other team's star players?
Deal, huh?
Right? I'm done with it, man. I'm done with the ESPN trade machine. I'm done with it all. I'm done. I can't take it anymore.
Jordan Ford and Slauson for Caruso.
Right.
Huh? Who says no?
And they'll give us a first-round pick, too, right? Yeah. Then they're going to throw in a first. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm just ornery today.
Eric Stoneburner. Drapes from the top rope. I love you guys.
But, man, you guys are killing me right now. We need something to happen. We need some movement, big fella.
It'll be a while.
Yeah.
What are you upset about with Caitlin Clark? Which side of that argument do you come down on? Caitlin Clark, Olympic team snub.
I don't even have a side. I'm just upset that this has turned into a big argument.
I know what you mean.
It's like,
of course she's not on the Olympic team.
But right. I mean, I could see both sides. I could see putting her on, biggest name in the game right now, grow the game. But your goal is to win a gold medal. And you do what you think is best to win the gold medal. And so I don't have a problem with it. Caitlin Clark didn't seem to have a problem. It's everybody else. I mean, why is this a big, topic? And like ESPN devoted an hour to it and everything. And I'm like, what are we doing, man?
People are going to watch the Olympics, whether she's in it or not.
Right.
It's the freaking Olympics.
It's the freaking Olympics. But I will say, I'm a Caitlin Clark fan.
I know.
Did you see her this past weekend?
She had 30.
30. She was cooking. She had like 6 or 7 threes, playing her game. She's exciting. But
about time.
Oh, see, there we go. We got Jay trying to troll me right there.
I was.
But it's like she does anything or doesn't, and everybody wants to take it to another level. It's too much for me. I can't handle it.
Somebody said, who was it? One of the ESPN analysts said, I don't think she's physical enough to play international ball right now.
That's dumb.
It might be true. She's very young.
But it might not be.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Who are you going to take? Who are you going to take off the team?
Some people say Diana Taurasi.
I don't even know.
Right. You don't even know who the team is.
Who are you going to take off that roster?
You could take off Monica Brown.
I wouldn't.
She ain't even on the team. See,
I wouldn't.
I just totally made that name up, man. I just totally made it. But that's the thing, no, man. It's
what was it?
Monica Brown. Yeah, that was a good one, right? You bought it. But
6'5".
6'5", yeah, point guard,
Mystics.
Right. Caitlin Clark, I feel bad for the girl. Like, she's making money, she's popular, but with fame comes all the sports takes and the drama, and it's just, dude, it's never about basketball anymore, right? It's about everything else other than basketball.
Something happens and there's a legitimate disagreement, fine, but the manufactured debates just, it can wear on you. And you realize these people are yelling about something. They don't even believe what they're saying. They're just trying to
just
make something up.
And I don't know about you. I mean, maybe I'm just 4 hours of radio every day. That was a good one, right?
She's good.
I just made that up on the fly, right? Averaged 12 and 5 last season. I'm watching like the Stephen A. Smith. Like, I can't do it anymore, Whitey. It's just,
and yet he's making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
He's trying to tell Andrea Carter today that she needs to be better at marketing herself. She's like, I don't want to, my marketing is fine. I don't want to sell out who I am just to market myself. And he's like, well, you're going to forever be underpaid if you don't, step up your marketing. And it's like, that's what everything is now. Marketing. It's not about substance, who you actually are, how intelligent you are, how good you are. It's how you can market yourself and make people think that you're, at the top of the game.
Yeah. That's what I love about Monica. She
Brown.
puts the game and her teammates first, and she always has.
Mystics.
I don't know where I came up with that one from. But it sounded believable, right?
I bought it.
I did too. Like, yeah.
What's crazy, fellas, is I looked at the women's dream team or women's Olympic team just real quick, gazed over. I saw Brittany Griner, familiar names, and there were a few names that I didn't. So I wind up taking a look real quick, and then I saw who else was snubbed. The WNBA second leading scorer is not on the Olympic team. And, they're like, well, we're talking about Caitlin Clark, this young lady. Yeah. And she has a very difficult name for me because I have not heard her name. I had to go do a research, but she is the second leading scorer in the WNBA right now. She didn't even make the team. So, and what you're saying, Drape's like Diana Taurasi, some of these young ladies or ladies, this is their last go around, and they've already been a part of Team USA. So, this is their swan song. This is their goodbye. Caitlin will be on the next 2 or 3. she'll get her, get her opportunities. Tarasis and Birds and all, these are their ways of going out, and we've seen it with the men, same thing. So they deserve it. They've been around the game for Team USA for 15, 16 years now, 3, 4 different teams. So this is just their way of saying, we appreciate your service to Team USA, winning the gold medals, and we'll let you on your way out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this.
Taylor's the future.
But why do people feel so strongly about whether Caitlin's on the team or not, whether she's being roughed up or not? Why is this all of a sudden just this lightning rod? She's a lightning rod where people feel like they got to protect her and stand up for her.
She's a symbol, right? She's a symbol of youth and innocence and vibrance, and she's an inspiration to all the little girls, and that's why a lot of people see her. So she's good and she's light in a world that's not good and light. Don't you think that's it?
You think that's it?
I'm not saying she's that. I'm not saying she wants to be that, but it's pretty clear that's the way she's being viewed.
Well, but here's the thing, Whitey, and you could be right, but the problem with that is you got that side that views that, and then you got the other side that hates that people view her that way.
They want to knock her off.
They want to knock it off. Yeah.
They know that she don't belong up there. And she knows it too.
Right.
But she didn't put herself up there.
Yeah, it's what are we doing, man? Society right now. The sports take society is really bad right now. Like, it's not about the actual games. We're not talking, and I'm not talking about us, I'm just talking in general. We're not talking about X's and O's and how Dallas, can better defend Drew Holiday. We're talking about, is Jaylen Brown better than Jason Tatum? Is Drew Holiday?
Whoa. That's a thing.
No, but that's not a real thing, though. I'm talking about the games, big fella. I'm talking about breaking down the games. Talking about, man, it's a lot of manufactured topics.
Yeah.
This is my opinion on some of that too, Drapes, is this. 10, 15 years ago, even 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have 24-hour around-the-clock, shows.
Yeah.
And so you had more topics.
With this,
yes, you had more topics to discuss in a lesser amount of time. Now it's year-round, all the way around.
Cycles.
How many times can we continue to talk about Game 2 of the NBA Finals?
Right.
Box scores, X's and O's. And so I think that's why they've manufactured, so many different topics. And the other part of it too, and you guys have had this conversation, media personalities are now stars. They're celebrities in their own right. They're not just reporting on the game. Now they're giving opinion on the game. And now they're saying, well, I'm bigger than the game in many different aspects. We talk about Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. And so now, and I saw it's funny because I was watching First Take Out, and I rarely do. For whatever reason, I said, let me turn it on today. Monday, I feel like I need to get up on my game a little more. And straight to that conversation, I saw the conversation you were talking about. And within 5 minutes, I was like, I got to turn this off. It's not for me. Because this isn't talking about sports.
Right.
Now we're arguing Stephen A. versus Andrea versus Chene versus Shay's marketability. Like, I don't care. I'm not looking for Club Shay.
You know what was a topic today? They did 15, 20 minutes. LeBron unfollowing Kendrick Perkins on social media. LeBron didn't unfollow Kendrick Perkins. That was a big topic for them today.
I didn't have that in my notes.
Yeah, that's not on the rundown. Darn, I'm gonna have to unfollow you, and then we can. But seriously, it's like we're not talking about the actual sport anymore. It's everything outside of it.
Because you can go on, just like Whitey said, you can go on your phone and get everything you need from that, reporting of the sports now.
Right.
And so now the media have gotten to the point to where, like, it used to be a point in why you could definitely speak to this, especially you Drapes going to school. Report, don't give an opinion. It's completely flipped now.
Yeah.
Like now, no, give an opinion before you even report.
Yeah. We don't care if you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you're first.
Yes. Right. You could be wrong though.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It's the race to be first. And there's so much misinformation out there too on social media and stuff like that. It's pretty bad now to be a sports fan in terms of if you're just interested in the games and not the actual, TMZ side of it.
Yeah, so we'll look at two stories here where we're not sure what's going on. We've got Hurley saying no to the Lakers. So what does that mean for their next coach and the coaching search? What's really going on there? And of course, Sasha. Does Sasha want out, or did the Kings tell him he's leaving? We'll get into those when we come back to the Drive. Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 10 or more stock kitchen cabinets and countertops. And there's more. Save up to 25% on drywall gypsum boards when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
See what you've done now, Drapes. You've awakened the beast, and the chat is full of
What'd I
debate
say?
over LeBron unfollowing Kendrick.
Really? No way.
I have to unfollow Big Perk.
I know, right? Big Perk, that's my guy, but it's getting to be too much for him too. Like what happens, especially,
I feel like that's kind of his gig.
But it's becoming, what happens, Whitey? You do some things, you say some things, and you see people react to it. You see your following go up.
Mm-hmm.
You see ESPN, oh, we need to have you on. And then you start just chasing that again, just trying to, say things that's going to, hit. And I feel like that's what's happening with Big Perk. He's always been that way a little bit. But now it's like he used to be tight with Russell Westbrook. That's done. KD, that's done. LeBron, that's done. It's like, dude, these are supposed to be your guys.
Yeah.
And you're just, I got to do my job. Like, I always hate it when people say, well, it's my job. It's my job. Like, if somebody paid you to rob a bank, is that your job and you're going to do it? Like, you don't always have to,
you still choose whether you're going to do
right,
that or
where
not.
you're exactly. Yeah. And so it's man, it's bad right now.
Where do you think the Lakers are going to do now? And there was an interesting reason I asked this, and it relates to what we're talking about. Woj, I believe, was reporting that, okay, we know that Dan Hurley said no. Yeah. He's staying with Connecticut, so the Lakers still need a coach. I saw a report somewhere, and I think it was from Woj, that J.J. Redick was never a serious candidate.
Well, you know what Woj said, and I don't know if this is the same tweet that you saw or report that you saw.
What does Buster Olney say?
I know. Oh, dude, Buster Olney's going off right now. He's going off. But this is what Woj said, and, which I was shocked to read. He said, and I quote, I'm on his Twitter right now, James Borrego is expected to remain part of group, in this search, and Lakers could do their first formal interview with J.J. Redick. So they haven't really formally interviewed J.J. Redick? Like, I thought it was a done deal almost for J.
Like,
he
based
was
on the
guy.
Shams report.
Yeah,
right? Everything
Shams.
we thought about how close Redick was to getting the job was based on what Shams was.
Exactly. And Woj is saying, no, they haven't even had their first formal interview with J.J. Redick. And so it's these two, I need a 30 for 30 on Shams and Woj and like their beef and everything, because this is fascinating. And I don't know who to believe. I mean, if J.J. Redick is hired, is Shams, was he right all along? Probably not. I don't think so, because Dan Hurley seemed to be their first choice.
I think Borrego's going to end up getting it because Anthony Davis likes Borrego because they were in New Orleans at the same time.
Right.
But at this point, who knows?
Yeah. James Borrego. I'm a big James Borrego fan. I don't know if he'll succeed in LA. I hope he doesn't go the same way as
Sacramento weather
Darvingham
is brought to you
or a Frank Vogel, but he's a cool customer. And he gave your boy a compliment. Say, how about you guys? You do a great job. And so once you said that to me, I'm like, whatever you want, coach, whatever you need, baby.
So you're hoping he gets the job.
Yeah. If he gets the, I think he's good. I thought he did a solid job in Charlotte when he was there as head coach too. And so, it's, and where was he at? Brooklyn, excuse me. I believe he was in Brooklyn too. And so I like him, but it doesn't come with the same Dan Hurley, JJ Redick,
Well, did you hear what Mark Stein reported?
What? Stein, this guy.
Mark Stein said, a source told me not to be surprised if Jay Wright came out of nowhere for the job.
Now that would be, I'll keep it real with you. That would be a slam dunk. I love Jay Wright. Way he carries himself, what he did at Villanova, that would be a good hire, I think.
I don't know. Jay was just talking about journalism. Yeah. Journalistically, I don't know, because you're totally covered there, right?
You're not buying that?
A source close to it says he might come out of nowhere. No matter what happens there, you're right.
Right. Yeah, let me see here what he says. I'm pulling it up right now. And was this on Twitter or did he say it somewhere?
Might have been on his Substack.
Oh, his Substack.
I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, he's covering himself up right there. That would be out of left field. I would think that's a great hire.
Wouldn't you want an experienced NBA coach? Maybe not. I would at least want a guy who's coached on some level. That to me, again, it was why JJ Redick. I don't get that at all for the Lakers.
Well, here's the thing, though. Back to what we started this conversation with in our first block. If you're the Lakers, are you hiring a coach to coach LeBron and AD now, or are you hiring a coach for the next 5, 6, 7 years when LeBron's gone? I think they're on two different timelines. And so I think an experienced coach could help you win now, yes, but for the long term, I'm looking for the next guy, the next young, Mark Daigneault, Chris Finch, somebody like that. Who's our boy down there in Memphis? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Jenkins?
Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins. And so, that's who, instead of some old retread, if you will.
Yeah. Who's going to be a good coach someday?
Who?
Monica Brown.
Monica Brown.
I think she's got. Yeah.
I might have to create a character. Monica Brown. I'm gonna have to look her up, man. What if she's a former basketball player?
Is that with a Q or is it a K?
It was a Moneka. Monica Brown.
I like it.
Yeah.
There probably is some basketball.
She studied electrical engineering at Northwestern. There's some Monica Brown. There's a few of them out there. This is pretty cool. So, yeah. Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company she works for. Senior electrical engineer at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company.
That's Drape's made up U.S. Women's Olympian.
We should get her on.
100%. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't take her off the team.
Dude, we should get her on. Just call her out. Hey, do you mind coming on and talk about your Olympics experience you're about to have? That's funny.
I think Dan Hurley made the right choice. I know we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
As you would say in the A block. That's a TV thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's a TV thing. A block. Yeah, we do A, B, and C. Yeah, numbers like that. All right, letters.
I think it would have been a really tall order for what they want him to do, and he would have gotten a lot of money. I just think there's so much of what Dan Hurley believes in as a coach that he would have to leave at home with an NBA team like.
You think so?
Yeah. For example, like the Bronny LeBron thing. You know where he's coming from. It's like, you got to make the team and you got to contribute.
Right.
And then coming into a situation where it's LeBron. All right, already I got to treat him unlike any player I've ever coached, which I understand it's LeBron. But now I got his don't want to leave UConn to deal with that. I just wouldn't.
Man. I don't know. I will say this. The pros versus the college, night and day.
Dude. I understand.
The accommodations, your staff, you got a staff of 20 you're working with, your first class, charter flights, the money, it's, college, you're playing, different cities, 2 or 3 games. I don't know, man. I think ultimately for Dan Hurley, I look at not necessarily the basketball, the lifestyle part of it. I don't think he wanted, like a chance to coach the Lakers. Like,
I thought he was going to take it.
I thought he was going to take it.
Once he had the meeting and everything, and told his team this is real, I thought that's a done deal.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why Billy Donovan ain't go back to college. I would love to ask Billy, just college to the pros. What do you prefer with some of the pros and cons? I just can't imagine, man, like being an NBA head coach, one of 30 in the world.
Mike Montgomery.
Yeah, Stanford coach, former Stanford and Cal coach. Yeah,
former Warrior coach.
Yeah, Warrior coach.
And I remember hearing a story from one of his assistants, as I remember it, Mike Montgomery saying that in college, he was Stanford, he was Cal.
Yeah,
really good coach and a really good guest too, by the way. It's like every kid's going to do what you tell them to do. Everybody's going to do everything. He goes to the Warriors. Nobody is going to. They feel no reason. It's like, why should I do? You didn't even play. Yeah. Why should I do what you tell me to do?
You know what's interesting about that too, and Mike Montgomery, great coach. My boy Josh Childress played under him. I would imagine because 20 years ago, Coach K turned the Lakers down too. If you're one of the top dogs, it's probably hard to leave. Now, if you're a young up-and-comer at some mid-major or somebody like that, and you get an NBA opportunity, it's probably easier to jump to. But when you're as successful as Dan Hurley, Tom Izzo, Coach K when he was at Duke, it's probably hard to leave that kind of gig when you're the king of the castle. Like anything, John Calipari at Kentucky when he was there, the most powerful man in the state. Everybody would listen to him, not just players, not just like politicians he could had in his pocket. And so it would be hard to leave, I could see.
Former coach of the New Jersey Nets,
right? Yes. It flamed out, right? Flamed out big time, but has really succeeded in college.
Is it going to be hard for Sasha to leave Sacramento? Next on Sacktown Sports.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirks Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Bonnie.
Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, Stasha. Hit your boots, start working to Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Xfinity.
We all have some things from the past that we might regret, or better yet, might like to get rid of. I'm talking about that mistake you made years ago that still may be haunting you. How great would it be if that could be expunged and gone? Poof! Just like that. But where do you go for something like that? Try the Gonzalez Law Offices. Jonathan Gonzalez is right here in downtown Sacramento, and he's here for you. Maybe you need someone for wrongful termination. Again, the Gonzalez Law Offices. Go to saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Award-winning country sensation Lee Brice is back.
Ain't trying to meet nobody. You'll just hear
Live in concert. Friday, June 28th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. Lee Brice. Special guest Abby Anderson. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Lee Brice live.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear through the night tonight. By early morning, temperatures will reach the low 60s. A hot day tomorrow. We're looking for a high of 103. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA3 app.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
I want to start this block by giving a shout out.
The B block, C block.
Well, it's the B block. It's the Sack B block in this case.
Okay.
Because Jason Anderson of the B, he wrote today about this Sasha thing, whatever it is, and I give him a ton of credit.
Yeah.
Because he wrote, I have it here somewhere, but if I don't find it, I'll give you the essence of it. He wrote, there are conflicting reports about what's going on with Sasha Vezenkov and the Kings. And there was a story that came out this week. There's two that came out. One said Sasha wants out and has told the Kings he wants out. And for some reason, that's the one that most people picked up, aggregated, and went with.
Yep.
And I don't know what the truth is. But there was another story that came out about the same time, maybe even before that one, and it said the Kings have informed Sasha Vezenkov that he's not in their plans.
Not in the plans.
So that's two really different things. And
Yeah.
again, Jason Anderson said these two reports came out, whereas most people today are saying Sasha told the Kings he wants out. I don't know where the truth is.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody other than the parties involved really know
Right.
which one is true.
Yeah, and you know, and they both could be true too. You know,
Yeah.
Kings informed them, and Sasha's like, you know what, I want, you know, they both.
You don't
could
want
be
me,
true.
then I want
I
out.
don't want you, right? Exactly. You break up before they break up with you. You know, you quit before you get fired, right? You know, that's the old adage. And so I don't know what to believe or what to think. I'm only going to deal with facts, Whitey, and the facts are, I don't think anybody was happy or satisfied with year one of Sasha. I don't think he was happy or satisfied. I don't think the team and the organization was happy and satisfied.
Sasha Vezenkov, his future with the Kings suddenly in question amid conflicting reports out of Europe regarding his situation, because we had BasketInside.com's Matteo Andriani reporting Saturday Vezenkov is no longer part of Sacramento's plans. Short time later, Mihalis Stefano of EuropeHoops.net reported Vezenkov is the one who is seeking a way out of Sacramento. I saw it. My best guess is the way you just did. The Kings informed him one way or the other. And to me, I'm wondering if maybe they're really confident they have a trade in place. They told him, you're not in our plans. And he and or his people said, we'll show you.
Right.
Sasha wants out.
Right.
He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah. But the question is, and I'd love to hear from the people out there, 916-339-1140. How disappointing is this? How does this impact the team? If Sasha's gone, if it was just a one and done, how much of a blunder is this? Like, because this guy, we hyped him up, the EuroLeague MVP. We sent the whole contingent across the pond to go recruit this guy, and he played 40 games, and it just didn't pan out. Is this a major whiff from Monty? Is it a we overhyped this guy? I would love to know what the fans think, because I feel like when he checked in games and when he played, like, the fans wanted him to do so well. Like, you could feel the energy in the building pulling for him. But now we've seen it on the text line and the YouTube. It's like, all right, see you, Sasha. You're gone. So I want to know how people feel about the Sasha era. 916-339-1140. Was it a failure? From an organizational standpoint.
From the 916, hey guys, prediction: Sasha will go to another team next year and kill it.
He might, and I don't know if the system is perfect for him or not, and who knows? He might even be on the squad this upcoming season. Nothing has happened. Everything's just been reported, but man, I think we all had high hopes for him. I know you and I, we did a show last year about you and Chris did it. Your I forget what do you guys call it? Your bold predictions or whatever. And we thought we were getting, we would get more from Sasha this year.
Mm-hmm. Davis Pham says, I was wondering what happens with the contract. Compio says Sasha is still under contract.
Still under contract.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Vezenkov signed a 3-year, $20 million deal last summer. He has one guaranteed year remaining at nearly $6.7 million, $6.9 million team option for the following year. And that's the thing. He can't demand a trade or just say, I'm going back to Europe, because he's under contract.
I mean, he can demand a trade, though. People do it. Ultimately, the team could buy him out. They could use the stretch provision, if you will. But I think what will happen if they can't, come to some agreement and he stays here is something you brought up. Is he part of a package, and he's traded, whether it's to Chicago for my boy Zach LaVine or somebody else?
Kyle Kuzma. Corey joins us on Sackdown Sports. Corey, we're looking back here all through the mist of time at the Sasha Vezenkov era. What do you make of it?
I don't think we should be sad about Sasha Vezenkov leaving. I hope he goes back to Europe and lives a nice life. But he's not good. I mean, you watch him on a basketball court, he really shouldn't belong in the NBA. I hope he goes back and has a nice time in Europe. I wish nothing but the best for the guy. And stop talking about Kyle Kuzma. We don't need Kyle Kuzma.
Who do we need, Corey?
Zach LaVine would be okay, but we don't need Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma likes hanging out in Washington, D.C., being mediocre, having a nice salary. He doesn't want to win basketball games.
Thanks, GM Corey.
Hey, is that me over there? Did I call into the show? I mean, this guy's echoing some of my same arguments there.
Yeah, he says Sasha doesn't belong on an NBA
I don't know
floor.
about that. Like, I don't know about it. He showed some flashes, man. And I think real quick here with Sasha, we have to realize, sure, he was billed as a shooter, everything, but he worked his butt off defensively. He tried to be what Mike Brown wanted. Maybe it didn't turn out that way, but it wasn't for lack of effort. Like, I've seen Sasha put in the work, and I thought he did make some improvements defensively.
Ashley joins us on Sacktown Sports, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hello, Ashley. What do you make of the Sasha Vezenkov era?
So for the Vezenkov era, I think that it was a little bit of a disappointment, but it's not something that I really look at and I say reflects badly on the GM or the head coach or anything like that, because you kick the tires on anyone that you think could help your roster in any shape or form. And he was already in a way on like part of the team. We had his rights, and so of course you do your due diligence, you kick the tires, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and this is one of those times. But as far as the Zach LaVine thing and all that, no, we don't need LaVine. He's way too injury prone, and I just don't think that we're going to see him enough on the court.
All right, thanks, Ashley. To me, the thing that doesn't make sense about Sasha is he is an asset. I mean, you have him, all right? Back up before this weekend happened. There's a guy on your roster. Maybe you're not crazy about him. We don't know, but you have a guy on your roster. He's got some value. Don't know how much. So you want to maximize that value.
Right.
Just telling him, we don't want you.
We don't want you. Yeah.
You don't benefit from that,
he's still an asset, right? I mean,
yeah.
And I know the EuroLeague isn't the NBA, but this dude was the best player in Europe.
Yeah.
He was the EuroLeague MVP. It's not like he can't play basketball or can't help a team. I just think, the fit wasn't perfect. The injuries really set him back, and I think he was trying to learn the NBA game. If he does stick around, whether it's here in SAC or in the NBA, I think he'll be a better player. And I think he'll improve.
You have this guy, other teams look at it and say, wow, He was a EuroLeague MVP. He was hurt there, and they didn't play him. He still shot,
37.5,
whatever
yeah.
it was. I could see how another team would say, all right, especially if it's another team that's already talked to the Kings about something. Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that, who knows, might help us.
Yeah.
He's not that expensive.
And shooting, you know how it is. Teams always are looking for shooting. And so I could see him getting picked up by somebody or part of a trade if he doesn't, stay here.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what happened, but for the Kings to just go out, like I said, and say, just so you know, we don't want it. It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. He's still an asset.
How about Avi on Sacktown Sports? Avi, last time he called us from a
What's up, guys?
stagecoach.
What's up, Avi?
How are you, Avi?
Hey.
Yeah.
So I'll bring that back up again. So that was the funniest thing ever. So I didn't understand what you guys were talking about at first because I was like, I didn't really have signal like that. And then I heard myself on the radio and I was like, what the heck is that noise in the background? And then I was like, man, maybe. And I'm like, now I see why they was laughing. And then the funniest part was I had some friends that also listened to this radio station, and they called me and said, where the heck did you get some horses from? And I'm like, I don't even know what y'all was talking about.
See?
But I was so confused. That was the funniest part. And then what's it called? So what really happened is it's a van that I drive. It's I drive for Amazon, a part-time job because I go to school full-time at Sac State. And I didn't know it makes all that noise in the background, or at least I wasn't even thinking about it,
It's all good.
So
we all had
now-
a good time. Everybody won. Yeah.
So now I know I'm never calling y'all while I'm driving again. 'Cause
Right.
I'm not getting caught.
Smart man.
But to chime in on Sasha Vezenkov. So last season, I became a season ticket member. I was all in Kings media, listened to everything. And when I heard we were getting Sasha, we signed him for, it was 3 years, right?
Yep.
3 years. I was super excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm all like, I'm sorry, Harrison Barnes, I love you, but he's getting that starting role halfway through the year. And then just like how you guys said before, seeing his minutes get cut due to injuries or Mike Brown's rotations, I was kind of sad, but I think when I was watching him play, I don't think he was aggressive enough to be in our team. I seen the shot, but then like you guys said before, we got a lot of shot makers, and it kind of questioned his role, his minutes on the team, and I'm disappointed in what could have happened with Sasha. Like I really was hoping that he could have been that person to like completely replace Harrison Barnes, and no disrespect to Harrison Barnes. I've been watching Kings basketball forever, I love him, but it's time for change, if we want to make that step into the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm disappointed,
I got you, bro. Thank you. And I think it's possible. We'll never know for sure because the Kings aren't going to come out and say this, but I think maybe they were looking at him as this is a guy that could supplant Harris. If he plays well, he could come here and maybe he could become a starter.
Yeah, I mean, you send the whole crew over there, Matita, Wes, Monty, like everybody went over there to recruit this guy to come here, and it didn't pan out. And if he is here this upcoming season, I'm hoping year two, he's a little more adjusted. Yeah.
I think we should play Happy Trails every time Abby comes on.
Happy Trails.
Yeah. We'll get back to the conversation. Sasha Vezenkov, apparently on his way out. Did you expect more? Or you think, you know what? Better off here. We're better off without him. It's time to move on. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 as we roll on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, so I was thinking more of in fact of we should incentivize for months, give him like another reason to re-sign with us by trading for.
Hold up, Abby, hold up. You in a stagecoach or something, bro? Why is it so rickety out there?
Rattly.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear through the night tonight. By early morning, temperatures will reach the low 60s. A hot day tomorrow. We're looking for a high of 103. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA3 app.
Hey, Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. So this summer, what you want to do is bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meals with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers with features other grills cannot match. I know I got one. They're built different. They're built better. They're built to last. Easy to use, too. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's Ace Hardware in Sacramento and now El Dorado.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and zero down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Are you one of those players that finishes a round, takes off your golf shoes, and dumps them in your car trunk? Golf Digest says you can extend the life of your shoes with just a bit of care. Use a little warm water and maybe a drop of soap to wipe away any dirt after your round. Actually, I just wipe mine with a wet towel when I take them off, and they stay looking like new. Also, use shoe trees to maintain their shape and keep the insides dry. If you have more than one pair, rotate them so you don't wear the same shoes 2 days in a row. Change your spikes because new spikes will help you get more traction for your faster than necessary swing. And with Sacramento's hot summers, give your shoes a break and don't leave them in the trunk of your car. That will suck the life right out of them. With so many brands, styles, and colors on the market today, you can certainly find the right pair for your personality and your game. When you think about it, golf shoes are really part of your equipment. Treat them well. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The IRS deadline has come and gone. So do you owe money to the IRS? If so, you need an ally. Whether you owe the IRS $6,000 or $600,000, whether your tax problems are personal or business, the professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to step in and negotiate your fresh start with the IRS. Here's a happy customer of Allies Tax Relief.
Before calling Allies Tax Relief, I feared the IRS would take all of my assets. I owed them over $562,000. Thankfully, I was referred to Allies and called them for help. They ultimately saved my life from uncertainty. Allies negotiated my giant tax debt to an unbelievable $1,500. They are professionals and they fight the fight for their clients.
Allies Tax Relief will protect your assets from being seized and your paycheck from being garnished. Call right now for your free consultation. 800-296-0772. That's 800-296-0772. Or visit AlliesTaxRelief.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
the truth is here, but it does look like Sasha's time here is short. So what do you think of it? And it's interesting, Drapes, some people on the chat here, as we discuss this, they're coming back around to talking about Terrence Davis.
Yeah,
and how short his time was here.
I agree, man. I thought TD was a big part of helping us in the drought. He had that big game against Brooklyn on a TNT game that night. And the thing about TD, and I had spoken to somebody when we first signed him, I said, trust me, there will be a game or two where Terrence Davis single-handedly wins us the game. We'll look back, and he did that. And so we needed more firepower off the bench. That's something we sorely lacked. Like, give me a consistent scorer off the bench outside of Malik last year.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have it. Davion came on. We seen flashes from Trey Lyles. So I would have loved to seen TD come back. What about my boy Chimezi Metu? Chimezi, helped us in the drought as well. And so I don't know where TD is right now. He didn't get picked up in the NBA, I don't think, last season.
I thought he played
in the G League.
Portland's G League.
G League, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't make it back to the association last year.
Yeah, association. That's how you say that? All right.
It's kind of Tim Roy.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him come back, man. TD was fun too, man. He was a fun dude to be around.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Paul has been hanging on. Paul, you're on the drive, guys. What do you make of the Sasha Vezenkov era, as we're calling it?
Groove in the 70s movie.
I'm sorry?
Huh?
I think it's great. I think it's good that he needs to go, bro. He can't even he shouldn't even be on the damn floor.
Come on, Paul. You're overreacting. Come on, bro. Come on.
You know who I am. Hey, check it out. I know what we need, okay? What the Kings need to do is they need to go after that dude out of New York, that center, Hartenstein, whatever you call it. That boy, no joke. Okay, we all know he ain't no joke. Because you can't have Sabonis in the game 24/7. We all know Sabonis is a true four. We all know that right here, right now. We can lie to ourselves to our blue in the face. We know he's a four, okay? Number one. Number two, there's also Valanciunas out there. We can go grab after him. We can get him, okay? There's people out there in the free agents. The Kings can go. They got to stop being cheap. They got to, even if you go over the salary cap, it don't matter. These fans are tired. We love this team with all of our passion. I love this team with all of my passion. I've had blood, sweat, and tears all over these years. This reminds me of the Jay Will era. It really does. We got rid of Jay Will. All of a sudden, Mike Bibby came in here. Things got different. I'm telling you right now, we got to do something.
Gotcha.
And these European players, they don't like playing defense. Look at Doncic. Great player. One of the best players in the NBA.
Why do you want Valanciunas then? He's a European.
Huh?
Why do you want Valanciunas? He's from Europe.
Well, he's not bad, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I can't say all Europeans, but I can see that a lot of them don't like playing defense. But isn't he from the same country that Sabonis is from?
Lithuania, yeah.
Right. So you have two players. Now Valanciunas is, for some reason, Sabonis is kryptonite. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
But I would love to have Valanciunas. I think Valanciunas would be a great asset to this team. I think that he would be a great player on this team for us to have him and Sabonis on the floor at the same time would look good. I think it would look great.
Gotcha, Paul.
That's my opinion.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
Paul.
your opinion. You can't go get Hartenstein or Valanciunas. You don't have enough money, and you can't
You
just.
ain't got the money.
We're not going to be cheap. We're going to go over the cap. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the team's payroll right now, and where the Kings fall in that mix. And this is going into next season, 22nd at $179 million tied up in salary. The cap space, projected practical cap space, according to Spotrac, minus $37 million. So we're $37 million or so over the cap. So it's not about being cheap or anything like that.
No,
That's not
it's an important point, right. But it's the fact that you can't
You can't just spend. This ain't
You're
baseball.
not allowed to.
It's not baseball, right?
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
just go out there and spend $300 million like the Yankees and those guys. And so it was interesting. I'm looking at the teams.
You're not going to get Hartenstein.
You're not getting Hartenstein. I'm looking at the teams with cap space: San Antonio, OKC, Utah, Orlando, Philly, and Detroit. Those are the teams. And there's only 6 of them. Charlotte has $5 million supposedly in cap space, and so we're not the only team in this predicament, if you will.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
But it's just not quite that.
It's not that simple.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Emmy's back in the chat. Settle down, Emmy. It sounds like she's a little upset with some people that are not big Sasha fans. We're all friends here. Let's see, Mike on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Mike. What's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Great show.
Thanks, Mike.
Sports talk show in Sacramento by far.
We agree with you. We agree.
Once again, it's trade deadline a year ago. Kings didn't do nothing. All season, failure. Everything they did last off season, failure. This trade deadline, they didn't do anything. The front office has failed. Other than Sabonis and the draft pick, they just keep failing. And they're not doing anything. They got to do something big this year. They got to spend money. They got to do something because what they're doing ain't working, obviously. Even though they had a winning season, we still didn't make the playoffs. We didn't get as far as we did the year before, and we haven't made it out of the first round. They should have went farther than the first round this year if they would have had a good offseason. It did something during the trade deadline.
Thank you,
Continue to fail over and over, and don't let them off the hook. Everybody keeps letting them off the hook.
Thank you. It's a good point. I do think that if you are able to figure things out this offseason, then I think most Kings fans can forget next year.
Yeah.
That's a huge if.
Right.
It's a huge if.
Do you feel like Monty has failed? What's your take on that?
I can't say that because of the changes he's done, and the team's in a better spot now than they were when he took over.
Right. It's
but
a
I also
process.
understand the dissatisfaction, but as far as him failing, that's just not supported by evidence.
Right. And as we know, and I'm with, people out there, man, we should have did something at the trade deadline last year. I get all that. But this ain't 2K where, you could just go out there, make a trade and keep it moving. It takes 2 to tango. And not only that, you're competing with the other teams that are interested in the same assets that you're interested in.
Right.
The PJ Washingtons, the Daniel Gaffords. Who knows whether the Kings kicked the tires on that? Maybe the Dallas Mavericks gave up more than we could have offered or something like that. And so, but I do agree with the caller. This offseason, something got to get done.
You're right.
Something got to get done. We can't just run it back. I think everybody knows something has to get done.
Joey has been hanging on. Hey, Joey.
What's up? Good afternoon, guys.
What's up, Joey?
Oh, man, Paul was so hard to listen to, man. Jesus Lord, why? Listen, and I agree with the last caller about the offseason was a debacle. To be able to sit back and watch everybody around us get better was disheartening. But we kept on saying, in Monty we trust, in Monty we trust. So that part was kind of rushed. And as far as, you're right. Maybe the team has gone a little bit forward, but this year I felt like they regressed. They didn't make it as far as they wanted to be or they were supposed to be. So a lot of us Kings fans are like, and then the whole Sasha thing, that can't be a good look for the rest of the NBA players that people want to leave here and not play here for us. That couldn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
Take your thoughts off of the air, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
We're right back with those thoughts. We'll come back with more on Sasha wanting out. How big of a deal even is that? Next on Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker. I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the man in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com. I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Hey sports fans, it's JaVale McGee here. Are you ready for the event of the summer? It's the Jug Life Charity Softball Game hosted at Sutter Health Park on Saturday, June 15th. Join me and all my celebrity friends for the #1 event of the summer as our incredible community comes together for a cause that counts. The Jug Life Charity Softball Game isn't just about softball. It's about giving back. All proceeds go to the water education programs and providing clean water to communities in need. Thanks to your support, our team with Jug Life is making a real difference, bringing hope and health to those who need it the most. Bring your family and friends for a day you won't forget. Cheer on your favorite stars as they hit it out the park for a great cause. Come celebrate Father's Day weekend at the Jug Life Charity Softball Game that's happening on Saturday, June 15th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at juglifewater.com. That's juglifewater.com. Join us, have fun, and make a difference. Jug Life. Drink water, give water, save water.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. N7124.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
When we left here Friday, Drapes, did you think, even for a moment, yeah, I bet Monday we'll be talking a lot about Sasha?
Had no idea. Did not see that coming.
Sasha
What was that,
Vezenkov.
Saturday morning? No, when did that come
Yeah,
out?
I think it was
Saturday morning, yeah.
A report Saturday morning from Matteo Andriani that Vezenkov has been informed he's no longer part of the Kings' plans. Then short time after that, Mihalis Stefano of Eurohoops.net reporting Vezenkov is the one who is seeking his way out. So I would just obviously you're entitled to your opinion, but I would caution people to remember we're not sure exactly who told who that it's over here. A lot of people, what does that say about the Kings if Sasha wants out? I don't know that that's what happened.
Right. Yeah, this is conflicting reports, if you will, and maybe he wants out after being told, who knows? And, we're talking about the end of an era, or did they botch this and all that? And who knows? He still might be on the roster this upcoming season, but this isn't a good look no matter what. I mean, this time last year, he was their big fish. He was their big get. And now a year later, this is what we're talking about. I mean, it's highly disappointing, to be honest with you.
I will say this, if they move off of Sasha one way or the other, and whatever they do in response to that, if that works out, then I think we'll be in a position where we'll say, good for them for recognizing that as early as they did and pivoting off of it.
Oh, you saying Trey Lance, like Trey Lance and the Niners, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm saying like some of the things the Dallas Mavericks did last year. Remember,
Grant
they did
Williams.
some things that didn't work out.
Yeah, our boy Grant Williams. Well, my guy Grant Williams, and didn't work out, and they cut bait.
Yeah.
They got him out of there.
Holmes, remember they picked up
Rashawn Holmes.
Like,
same thing.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Yeah, you're right about that. And so,
but again, it's a huge if. It means they got to do something that's better in response.
Right, exactly. And we were just talking with Jay off air. We got the draft coming up in 2 weeks and change. Woo. And I got to imagine that's going to be the start of some dominoes, whether it's trades, then you got free agency a week later. So I would say this time next month, we'll have a better, clearer picture about this roster and the firework moves that Monty makes.
It is a little discouraging, or I'll say daunting. It's daunting to think of all the things the Kings will have to do in a relatively short time to get back into a contender status.
Are they far off, you think?
Yeah.
Not one piece? Your boy Kuzma doesn't make them a top 4 seed?
I don't think so. But then again, I mean, Dallas did it going from missing the playoffs to the finals, but look how busy they were. Look how many things they did.
Yeah, but they did it mid-season too. Like, they got hot at the right time. They made the moves at the right time. Mm-hmm. And so I think, I don't think we're that far off, Whitey. When you look at it, we have 46 wins. 46 can turn into 50, and who knows what the Western Conference is going to look like. It'll be tough, we know that, but will teams underachieve? What's going to happen with Minnesota? Do they make changes? And I think we're one starter and maybe 1 or 2 rotation players away. We need Keegan Murray to play extremely well. But I think, 46 wins, you get a Levine, you get a Kuzma or somebody, 46 can go to 49, 50, I think, easily.
I think you need 1, maybe 2 starters, and I think you need a 6th man, probably. If Malik stays, by the way, if Malik stays, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would be massive.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
How about this from the Soulshine Band, Drapes and Whitey? I think this is the guy I really want. Gee, I'd like to know what you guys might think about him too. Let me know. Ayo Dosunmu. What do you think?
They're not moving off him. They love.
That's who the Kings need. All caps.
Yeah, they love Ayo out there, and he's a Chicago native.
He
destroyed it
this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Know that, but so do the Bulls.
Yeah, we exactly. The Kings need him. So do the Bulls. Like, Ayo's not going anywhere. Homegrown kid, hometown kid. He's not getting moved.
Yeah, not a bad thought. It's
right.
Just another one of those guys that gonna be hard to get. How about TC?
Uh-oh.
It's time for Check It with TC on Sackdown Sports. What's up, TC?
Drapes.
What do you got for us today?
Hey, y'all got me. Hey, Drapes, what's going on,
what's
man?
Up with you?
I chimed in. Hey, was you hooping this weekend, bro? I missed it.
Nah, I didn't go up to Lifetime this weekend. I played my game Thursday. I was out of town this weekend, man. I missed it.
I know Curry was out there, man. But I guess it kind of got juicy, man. But it's all good, man. Listen,
TC,
good luck next game, bro.
Yeah, let me ask you, TC. 1-on-1, you got Curry, you got Drapes. How you think that goes?
Hey, I'm taking Drapes, man. You know what, man? I'm taking Drapes, man.
My guy.
Let's go, man.
Exactly. I tell you what, Curry ain't doing no night against me. He'll get a hard foul. I tell you what, he ain't doing no night against me.
JJ, hey Jay, hey Drake, hey, don't let us down, bro.
I got you. I'm representing for Sac when I go out there, man. Curry ain't doing that against me. I'm sorry. He had bad ankles. He'll have bad ankles when he's done with me, man.
Hey, real quick though, check it. Look, hey, on Sasha, man. So the thing with Sasha is, man. Look, man, I love Sasha was cool and everything he had, man, but he just didn't pan out right, man. We sent everybody. Look, Trey, I'm surprised that they didn't send y'all. I'm surprised they didn't send you, Whitey, and Jay out there to go see him. They sent the whole organization to see this dude, bro. Seriously. They sent everybody to see this dude. I was super hyped. Remember when I was calling in like, Sasha, he's going to be probably Luka Doncic 2.0. Remember how fired up I was?
Yep.
He got over here, and I'm like, man, this dude ain't what we was looking for. So they're looking to move off of him. You get me? So that's going to make that Kuzma deal that much more juicier.
Yes.
Y'all had a caller earlier that said no to Kuzma. Listen, bro, anybody in their right mind, if you're a Kings fan that's saying Kuzma, you don't want Kuzma, there might be something wrong with you. I know you might have a preference. You might want Zach LaVine. You might want Brandon Ingram. You might want another trade, but getting a bucket getter like Kuzma, I don't care about how weird he dressed, bro. He's a bucket getter. If he gets here, bro, he's averaging 15. Add on with Keegan, Domas, and Fox. You need that, bro, period, point blank. Nothing else to talk about. Check it. I'm out.
TC.
I'm with TC. That's the first thing I thought of when we heard this news. I thought, okay, so the Kings have told Vezenkov, we're probably going to move you. That means they're very confident they have a deal in place, or you don't tell someone that they're going to be gone if you don't know they're going to be gone. So Kuzma comes here for 13, for Sasha, for I don't know what else, Herder. I'm telling you, this is the first domino.
Okay. And you got to think it happens by draft time, right? Draft night?
Draft night
Yes. Deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're giving Sasha a heads up as a courtesy. Look, we know that you uprooted and came all the way over here. We're just letting you know this is where things are, okay? And then Sasha's camp hears that and like, you don't want us. We don't want you. Sasha doesn't like it here.
I tell you what, Whitey, you know I'm not a Kuzma guy.
Yeah.
But I am getting excited about the possibility of something being done. Whether it's Kuzma, Levine,
So
Grant.
you can live with it, right? You wouldn't
Oh, yeah,
choose it, but
no. I could totally live with it because it shows me you're doing something. Like, that would excite me. I don't know about the fit. I don't know if it puts us up there.
Sure.
But in terms of off season, like, okay, all right, we're making some moves. We're not just running it back. I'd be excited.
I think we're all pretty much in the same boat around here.
We need something, right? We need something to be done.
Yeah, like Zach LaVine. But if Zach LaVine's here, it's like
okay, let's go. All right, right, exactly.
Let's make something out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we'll come right back. The conversation continues. Where do the Kings go from here? Is that even a big deal that Sasha wants out? What does it mean that it didn't work? Right back with Ad Moore, Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Bonley. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Xfinity.
Award-winning country sensation Lee Brice is back.
One of them girls that ain't trying to meet nobody. You're just here.
Live in concert. Friday, June 28th, 7:30 p.m. The venue in Thunder Valley. Lee Brice. Special guest Abby Anderson. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Lee Brice live.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Curtis Hicks resents that the Mavericks made it to the finals. Dallas tanked last year to keep their pick. They violated the essence and integrity of the game. They quit. Now they're in the finals, about to get swept with no flexibility. They are in the finals, though.
They are in the finals. Right? They don't need flexibility. They made the finals, you know?
I know they're down 2-0 and all that, but they are, after all, in the finals. By the way, your guy, Big Perk, is concerned about Jason Tatum and the way he's shooting the ball.
Is he really?
That's what he says. That's what he says. I'm concerned about Jason Tatum.
Man.
He also said, Big Perk says, when Jason Kidd says that Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum, he ain't lying.
Ooh. That seems to be the narrative
right now. Right now, Jaylen Brown's a better player.
He's playing better. Yeah, exactly. He is playing better both ways. Two-way guy.
Mm-hmm. As far as the Sasha thing, as I think we may be getting to a point where we're wrapping this up. I don't know. It's interesting how many people have a lot of strong feelings about Sasha. What does it mean if this is the end, if it's a failure? How significant is it? Is it like, you know what, it happens? Does it represent something bigger?
No, I don't think it represents they struck out and missed on this. As much as we give Monty credit for their drafting of Tyrese, for bringing Sabonis here, Keegan Murray, this would be a stain on his resume. It's a guy, like TC said, me, you, and Jay almost went over there to try to get him to come here. And,
I think, we were going to go, but Drapes had a basketball.
Yeah, I had a Lifetime game, doubleheader that night. Can't make it, fellas. But it would, to me, a signal you missed out. It was a bad move. And so it's not franchise crippling or anything like that, but it's not a good look. I mean, this is the guy, the EuroLeague MVP, and I know it's a different ball game, different stats and everything. You don't score as much over there and all that, but for this guy, not even the, last 2 seasons, like give up on him after a year, it's a bad look, no doubt.
What's your best guess of what happened? We don't know. Asking you to speculate, spitball.
I would say it was a number of things, Whitey. It's not just one thing. I would say it was the adapting to the NBA, a much faster style. It was B, I don't think he ever felt comfortable in Mike Brown's system and the way that Mike wanted to use him, especially defensively. He is being asked to, you're not being challenged to guard over there in the EuroLeague. Your coaches aren't sitting you if you don't, aren't a lockdown defender. And so, and 3, I don't think the numbers indicate 37.5 good, but he never really got into a real shooting groove, I don't think. That's what I would have liked to see him 15 to 20 minutes a game for 10 to 15 games. I just felt like even while watching him, everything seemed rushed when it came to the 3 ball. It was like hot potato. I gotta get it up. Yeah, I gotta get it up. I was brought here to be a shooter, and he was trying to prove that. And so I think it was just a number of different things for Sasha this year, and the injuries, of course.
I keep going back to the interview you had with Monty before last season.
Yeah.
And I know I mentioned this a million times during the year when you asked him about, his offense, and he goes on and on.
Yeah.
Defense, he's a work in progress.
Right. He did say that. Yeah. And he was. But I thought Sasha bust his butt. Like, I thought he tried. He tried to do what coach wanted. And, he couldn't apparently live up to it in terms of, you saw his minutes go down and then the injuries. And now we're in this situation.
I don't know where it goes from here. And I think he still has a chance to be a good NBA player, a contributor somewhere. But I always thought the whole EuroLeague MVP thing was vastly overrated. I know Dave today. Dave went down a list today.
Oh, yeah, he went down a list.
EuroLeague MVP. Some of these guys are not very good. And I know Luka was EuroLeague MVP. But the notion that somehow made Vezenkov anything like Luke was like, no, that's just not.
No, definitely not. But he also mentioned Nikola Mirotic. I would like a Mirotic. Mm-hmm. The thing about it, and some of the guys that Dave mentioned, yeah, sure, guys we never even heard of, but Nando DeColo, like there have been some guys that may not have been stars in the NBA, but are solid, good players. With Sasha, it just never seemed like he developed into a solid, good rotational player through, injuries, everything. Like his whole season was like the Kings season, up and down, man. We never got any consistency as an organization, as a team this year.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I wish we'd have gotten a chance to see more from Sasha is him playing more, becoming part of the offense to the point where we could have seen him moving without the ball more. And that would have been, that would have improved the offense. He just, all he was like, say, catch and shoot. because he played such limited
Right,
minutes.
right.
And he never got comfortable enough. He was never getting the regular minutes enough to where his ability to move without the ball actually became a factor.
Well, that goes back to what I've been saying, Whitey. The offense has to change somewhat. It can't just be dribble handoffs with Sabonis. You know, I would like a more traditional offense, ball in Fox hands, two-man game. Fox gets down, he'll spray and kick that way, drive and kick that way. And so I expect this offense to be a little more versatile this upcoming season.
You know, it's interesting watching these finals. There's so many things here and there that remind me of the Kings. Like last night, Dallas could make a free throw. But Boston, offensively, is having so much success with what? Drive and spray. The spray threes.
The spray threes.
That's what they're doing.
But you know what they have that we don't have? Guys that actually can beat their man off the dribble. We got Fox. We got Malik. Who else is really beating their man off the dribble? Not even Keegan on a consistent basis. Boston, even Derek White can get a by a guy. Yeah,
Brown.
Right. They do the old school 5 out, right? You know, dribble in, kick, and then they got you in rotation.
How about Johnny on Sackdown Sports? Hey, Johnny, what's up?
Just wondering if what would you guys think of say Sasha Duarte or Davion to be traded for like a Josh Green to the Mavs maybe?
Thank you, Johnny. I love all the trade proposals, no matter how outlandish. Mr. Draper doesn't necessarily feel that way, but
I don't think that's outlandish. Josh Green's not he's not a stud or anything like that. He's a rotation guy.
Good player.
Yeah, hard nose. I think, maybe a change of scenery. He could, a little more responsibility. He could be even better, solid defender. And so I don't mind a guy like Josh Green. I don't think that moves the needle enough, but he's
it was Davion and Sasha and who was the other one?
And Duarte. Yeah. And I don't know if he's saying all three for that one, but some sort of package or something. I like Josh Green. I think he's hard-nosed, and I think he could be an asset.
And Jaden Hardy, wasn't he a guy the Kings had before? I think the Kings, he was taken with a pick the Kings had?
Yeah, I think he might have been with a pick, but it was part of a trade, right?
Yeah.
Let me look that up. I got that right here. 21-year-old. He's
I think the Kings had that pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Jaden Hardy. Traded by the Sacramento Kings to Dallas for a 2024 second-round pick.
There you go.
And a 2028 second-round pick. Yeah. That was June 23rd, 2022. Yeah, so they drafted him and swung the trade to the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah.
I like Josh Green, too. I think we agree on that. Tin! Wrap it up with Tin on Sackdown Sports. And this could go anywhere. As you know, sliding door moment with Tin. What's up, Tin?
Hey, I think that Sasha's decision to want out, I think that it's a good look for him. Now, hear me out, because he just got to America. And I think for him to want to venture out of just the Sacramento City shows that, hey, I mess with the States. Trade me to elsewhere. I want to explore more of the United States. This is a good look.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Thank you, Tin.
All right, Tin.
Yeah.
Your boy Tin, man.
Yeah, I love this country.
He wants to see more of it. Can't afford his own plane ticket or anything. Doesn't travel with the team when we go around the country. And so, Tin. Hopefully Tim wasn't.
What do you think his value is objectively around the league? You're a GM at some other city and you hear someone says something about Sasha Vezenkov. You're like,
second round pick. Yeah. You're not going to get a first or anything.
But do you want him? I mean, if you're another team, do you have any interest?
He's a 7th, 8th man. I don't think at this point, he needs to boost up his value some more. What happened here in Sacramento, I think, has lowered his value. And so, if I was a GM, if I was a Denver or somebody, not a rebuilding team, not a bad team, because I don't think he makes that much of it, but on a really good team that could give you some spot minutes, I'd take Sasha.
I would think it might even hurt him a little bit if people look at it and go, they were really struggling last year at times. They won 46, but they were looking for something. How come he didn't play more for them?
Where was he at? Yeah, how come
what happened? What went wrong?
Yeah, and then the injuries. But yeah, you're right about that. That's why I think he needs to, rehab his value, if you will, boost that up a little bit.
Well, we'll see, obviously, where it goes from here. And soon enough, we'll know. We'll actually have some things to discuss. The one thing we all agree on, every caller, Drapes, Jay, me, we all agree, they have to do something significant.
They got to do something.
Big.
Yes. Fireworks before July 4th. That's what I need.
Or, Jay, are you still of the mind that you could still wait till the deadline?
Yeah, I'm still calendar year guy.
Okay.
I just don't see what the Kings are in position to do right now by beginning of the season. I just don't see it because you have to wait. They're going to make more moves not knowing what Malik Monk is going to do.
So you're saying wait for that.
Yeah, you're kind of handcuffed by what Malik Monk is going to do.
Don't you think they know?
No.
I mean, I think they know from their perspective. I don't think they know the other offers or who's going to, vie for him.
Yeah.
We've heard Orlando might be in on Klay Thompson. That takes out. So I don't think they know, from an outside standpoint.
All right. When we come back, if Boston can shoot like that and win, Dallas is in trouble on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear through the night tonight. By early morning, temperatures will reach the low 60s. A hot day tomorrow. We're looking for a high of 103. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Day for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all know what UV rays can do to our skin, but they can also do damage to your car. Keep that from happening with 303 Protectant. 303 Protectant keeps the sun's harmful rays from causing fading and cracking in rubber, plastic, or vinyl surfaces. From the dashboard to the tires, 303 Protectant keeps your car looking new longer. Get 303 Protectant today at AutoZone. Visit 303radio.com for more information.
Score free gifts for the greatest dad this Father's Day at Lowe's. Get 2 free select DeWalt tools with your purchase of a 20-volt max battery 2-pack, up to a $438 value. And get a free Werner 2-foot aluminum ladder with purchase of an 8-foot fiberglass ladder. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/12. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Fuel up your winnings during Sky River Casino's $60,000 table game exclusive gas card giveaway. Your chance to share $60,000 in prizes, including a $5,000 gas card each week, just for playing your favorite table games. Earn 1 entry for each qualifying hand you're dealt, plus double entries on Mondays and Tuesdays. The more you play, the better the chance to fill up your tank during our drawings every Sunday starting June 9th. Visit skyriver.com for a list of qualifying hands. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Local every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
WNBA update. Connecticut up 31-19 over the Fever and Caitlin Fredette. Caitlin Clark.
Oh, ouch.
I'm sorry. I just made a mistake. That's all. I just actually, before you came back here, we just saw a little break, and Drapes was, we go out of the studio. I was asking Jay, do you think I could even say that? Could I say Caitlin Clark is just a female Jimmer Fredette? He's like,
I know you're a Caitlin Clark hater, so
I just wanted to say it to see.
Oh, you ain't getting no reaction from me. I'm gonna let the Caitlin Clark fans come at your neck. They're out there, big fella. In fact, people were weighing in on the text line about Caitlin Clark earlier here. Let me see what exactly
her not being selected for the Olympic team.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Somebody from the 916 says, I have been watching Clark since the tournament, not big on college or women's basketball. She's fun to watch. Once she figures out things, she's going to be nearly unstoppable. She handled the Olympic snub great.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Unstoppable.
Right unstoppable.
Nah, they
Steph Curry of the WNBA.
You could see a lot of things that she could be stopped upon on her game. That's
the Caitlin Clark hate is unbelievable.
No, but I mean, come on now. This is the thing. And this is the tough part, and these are conversations we have to have. Caitlin Clark is not all world. She's not something we've never seen. And I
From
think
the women's game?
Yeah, she's definitely not.
You're crazy.
Nah,
you ain't been.
man.
Jay, don't even go there, big fella. Yes,
Asia Wilson is amazing.
Two entirely different players.
Doesn't matter.
Two entirely.
Which lets me know she's nothing that we've never seen before.
No, we've never seen a women's player shoot from the logo this consistently and this good. That's a fact. That's what sets her apart from. That's why everybody's, because she's almost. Not accolades in terms of range.
Don't fix your lips to say that.
No, she's the female Steph Curry.
Come on.
Yes. And Steph Curry, we got to understand. Steph Curry wasn't always all world. Remember, he was a tiny kid that played at Davidson.
I know.
And captured the hearts of everybody. Remember that?
He wasn't even Rookie of the Year.
Wasn't even Rookie of the Year.
He had the Dorito chip ankles. We all know that. He had to change it. But I don't see that. I don't see Caitlin Clark being Steph Curry.
No, I mean, I'm saying from a basketball, like the way she plays and her range. And that's why I think she's just scratching the surface of how good she's going to be.
I do think they have mass appeal for some of the same reasons.
Yes.
And it's because, when you go out and you play basketball and you go out in your driveway, most of us can't dunk.
Right.
And, can't do some of the incredible things that the best athletes in the world do. But we can all make a shot from on the other side of the garbage can and go, oh, look at me, I'm Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an illusion. We see them and we think, I could kind of do that. We can't.
Right.
But it's easier to imagine they're a little more relatable the way they play, especially Steph because he's smaller.
Yeah.
You know how it is. He's not small. But when you see him on TV.
Versus, everybody else.
You kind of feel like, wow,
right.
I could kind of do some of that.
Well, this is the problem with the Caitlin Clark discussion right here. Soulshine Band just put this on the YouTube chat.
Attaboy.
Everyone should be talking about Asia Wilson over Clark. Asia Wilson is having a record-setting season, rookie season. Or not rookie, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem, Soulshine Band. Everyone should be talking about Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. Why does it have to be one or the other?
Well, I think his point is that she
forget his
deserves to be
point.
talked
It's
about more than Caitlin Clark.
No, I don't know about that because, this is America and, who's the best basketball player?
Female basketball player?
And men's basketball player.
Who's the
in
best
the world right
basketball
now?
player? LeBron.
No, I thought it was Jokic though. 3-time MVP.
All right, I wouldn't argue with you.
Jokic is the Asia Wilson, but LeBron and Steph are talked about way more. But because they have something that Jokic doesn't. And same thing with Caitlin Clark. She's somehow captured pop America. And so I don't believe Asia should be talked. How come we can't talk about both? We're pitting Asia against Caitlin Clark, and that's what's fueling, some of these discussions. It's like it got to be either or. It's like, no, Caitlin Clark is fantastic. She's having a fantastic rookie season. But I want to talk about her and Asia Wilson. How about that?
Fine. But all he's saying, I think, and I don't mean to speak for Soulshine Band, he's saying that the amount of attention that she gets is a little bit out of whack with how good she actually is.
But Jay didn't say it. I say it. But the reason she gets that attention is because she's doing something. Her style of play and her shooting is something we haven't seen in the women's game. It just is what it is. And let's not forget who's the all-time leading scorer in college basketball. Caitlin Clark. You guys are acting like Caitlin Clark is some bum that hasn't. Dude, she's the all-time leading scorer, men's, women's, it doesn't matter, in college basketball. So to act like she's some scrub, I just don't get it.
I don't think anybody's acting like she's a scrub. I was kidding about, Caitlin Fredette. But she is the top rookie in the WNBA this year.
Yeah, I think so. She's leading the league in scoring. Angel Reese is right there, almost averaging a double-double. This rookie class has been fantastic, but it seems to be an either-or kind of scenario. Like, it's if you give Caitlin Clark too much credit or props, you got people, tearing you down. No, she doesn't deserve that. Or if you don't give her enough, you got people saying, oh, you're hating on Caitlin Clark. It's like there's no middle ground with her, no gray area. It's either.
But isn't that with most people, though, Drapes? And I think that's you don't think so?
I think with most people, we don't care. You know what I mean?
The stars of basketball, like I think the upper echelon, we do. We have these conversations every day.
Tom Brady, love him or hate him. When he played.
So let me ask you this, though. Yeah. Let's talk about the WNBA. Have we ever done this with any WNBA player? No. That's what I'm saying. So she is different in that regard, too. Like, she has made WNBA women's basketball a topic. We've never talked about the WNBA.
Right. And some people resent her for that, rightly or wrongly.
That's crazy.
But see, on the flip side of that, I think the argument, and this is what we've seen so much, is she's not the only one. And I think that's why we continue to keep, like, we can give her all the love. It's kind of the reverse argument of what you're saying, Drapes, is we don't have to just say Caitlin Clark is the personal reason why WNBA has gone this far. And I think that's why you see some of the hate is it took two to tango. Like, Angel Reese had to play her B-side to that, right? You have to have Don Staley pushing her greatness. You have to have Breanna Stewart. You have to have Brittany Griner's situation, which brought a lot of attention to the WNBA, albeit it was sad, it wasn't the best story to have. You have to have the conversation of Asia Wilson is pushing the envelope to be one of the greatest. You have to have these other conversations that have happened within the last 3 years. And I think people are forgetting some of these stories and saying, well, look, Caitlin Clark. And I think that's why you're getting so much of a pushback is she's not the only one. Like 2 years ago, wasn't nobody screaming Caitlin Clark.
But how about this, Jay?
It took Angel Reese to be that.
No, but 2 years ago, and I hear you on that. You got to have that yin and yang. You got to have that.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, we weren't even talking WNBA. 6 months, we weren't even talking
See,
WNBA.
I disagree, man.
No, we
disagree.
Come on. I've never spoken about WNBA on this show. So
I disagree because that's what I'm saying is it took these stories. Like we weren't talking about Brittany Griner 2 years ago,
but that's not about the WNBA.
But that brought eyes to the WNBA.
Did it really?
Absolutely, because
it did. Yes, but not. No, Jay, you're confusing here. Like we're talking about a basketball story. Caitlin Clark is.
See, she's more than a basketball story.
No, but that's what I'm saying. She's the story because of her basketball play. She's not the story because she got detained in Russia, or she's not Asia Wilson has been dominant.
Right.
How come we haven't talked about that? Like, Chinea Gumike called out Stephen A. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
We talk. Stephen A., you could have been talking about the WNBA 3 years ago.
Yeah.
How come
Monica
all of a
McNutt.
sudden, Monica McNutt. I'm sorry. Yeah, Monica. You could have been talking about it 3 years ago. You weren't. Why are we talking about it now?
See, I think it's a whirlwind. For me, I think it's the perfect timing for Caitlin Clark to be there. And then on top of that, if you look at the engagement of our society, I think it just hit at a perfect time. Caitlin Clark's freshman and sophomore year, nobody was up in arms about Caitlin Clark's play. Like, we seen her, but wasn't no one talking about it. I think it just came at a perfect time. A tsunami, the Brittany Griner, the Las Vegas Aces success, the Asia Wilson, the Breanna Stewarts, the Inescu's. Like, there's some people that were reaching right at the grasp of what Caitlin Clark was doing, and the WNBA has gotten hotter over the last couple years. I just think, and that's why I say, I for one believe Caitlin Clark has a lot of different legs to the spider, to the spider of it is. I believe there's racial tension to that situation. I believe that Angel Reese and her, not tension, but I think there's a racial conversation to it. Yeah. And I believe the Angel Reese part of it played a part in that too. Yeah. And so I think it's just a perfect storm. Like, for me, it's a perfect storm. I think as a fan, I respect where you coming from, Draper, saying like, listen, she's brought attention to the basketball floor. But to me, I think it's been a perfect storm over the last couple of years that the WNBA has been pushing the narrative that we all need to start paying respects to it and paying a little more attention to it.
I just feel like without Caitlin Clark, we're not talking WNBA basketball.
I agree.
I'm sorry. It's just, Angel Reese could still be there. Kelsey Plum, our girl Cameron Brink, they could still, but we're not talking about it to this level. Let's keep it real, Jay. How many times have we seen
she plays a part
one
in
of your hosts pick up this remote and say, you know what, I'm going to throw in some WNBA basketball? It just doesn't happen, man. And it's happening now. We have to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we acknowledge it. It's just that a lot of people resent her for that and don't think that she's worthy of that. But there's no denying that that's the case. That she gets that attention. And I'm not saying they're right. But
here's the thing, like, and this is my pushback to that, and maybe they're right, maybe she doesn't, but she is the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history. It's not like she doesn't have the talent to warrant, excitement and a following. She's the all-time leading scorer. What more can she do other than win championships? And as we know, basketball is a team sport. But I don't know, man. I think she's a must-see kind of thing right now.
From the 916, if Caitlin Clark didn't exist, all the stuff going on in the WNBA over the last 3 years would not have made me turn on a single game. I've only tuned in and followed the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. So I don't think anybody's disagreeing.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is it's not all on her back. Like, to me, it was a perfect storm of what has happened over the last couple years. And that's why I start with the Brittany Griner situation. Mm-hmm. People really paid attention to that because it was political. Mm-hmm. And so for Brittany Griner to go through what she did, now people, if nothing else, if you didn't watch anything, then watch a game, which is what most people probably did not do. At least now, the WNBA existed. Mm-hmm. Women basketball existed. And that, for me, is what caught to me, that's the beginning of the beginning. And then you factor in Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. And then you start to add some other things to it. And I think it's just been a perfect spiral. Mm-hmm. And she's been the one to spearhead it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not arguing that. Because for everything like Drapes is saying, she's talented. She is the face of college basketball at the time. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. There's no question and argument. But I think the part of that is, if we're going to approach the situation, she's not all of what's going on with the WNBA. And that's where I agree with Drapes is, she's leading the pack. And as that texter said from the 916, that's the reason why that person is watching the WNBA. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what Drapes, if I'm hearing you correctly, Drapes, is she shouldn't be the only one being talked about.
No,
we should be watching the sport any way it goes.
Right. Like your Asia Wilson, dude, I was watching her. This is a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, she is not only an amazing basketball player, but just watch her move on the court. Like, she is, so far ahead. And I will say this, and this is what bothers me about the whole Caitlin Clark discussion, and to you guys' point that you said earlier. There's a segment who will hype her up and love her because she's white, and there's a segment who will denigrate her and diss her because she's white.
Yes.
Like race is clearly a part of all this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll also say this to her credit. I think she recognizes she would not be where she is if it weren't for those who came before in the league. Because she used to go to where I think her dad used to take her to Minnesota Lynx games.
Oh, really?
She used to go to WNBA games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sure she recognizes that. We got an alternate take on last night's play of the game when we come right back to Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear through the night tonight. By early morning, temperatures will reach the low 60s. A hot day tomorrow. We're looking for a high of 103. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA 3 app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorrento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorrento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Once again, just to wrap up the WNBA talk for now, huge crowd there to see Caitlin Clark. I mean, a big-time crowd.
Yeah.
That's Connecticut, right?
Yeah. Uncasville, Connecticut at Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut.
Ooh, big boxing venue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So as that continues, Caitlin Clark's saga continues. The NBA Finals resume on Wednesday, right? We got Game 3 on Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
This week?
All right.
Yeah. And we have an alternate take on last night's play of the game. I'm saying the play of the game was the block from either Derek White or Jaylen Brown, maybe both, on P.J. Washington's breakaway dunk in the final minute of the game. Would have cut it to, what, a 3-point game?
Yep.
And who blocked it, first of all? Derek White initially got all the credit for the block. Then Jaylen Brown got the block, and then Mike Breen. This is why I miss Van Gundy, because Van Gundy would rip the officials.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people said that's why the NBA didn't like him. But he would have had some real thoughts one way or the other on the
push in the back.
I don't know if it was a push. I don't know that it was a push.
So there was a hand in the back, though.
Hand there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown's got to put his hand somewhere.
How about
What's he
this,
supposed to
Whitey?
do?
There wasn't even a block on the play. P.J. Washington hit the rim with the ball.
That's it. That's the alternate.
All
take.
right, okay.
Yeah, Chris Mannix, your buddy, friend of the show, Chris Mannix on Twitter said, I've watched that play 100 times. I think P.J. Washington jumped too early, and it was a rim check. He did not get the ball to the rim.
Yeah, he didn't get the ball over the rim for it to. He went up and the ball hit the rim, and then First of all, it was a foul. Let's call it like it is, Whitey.
Offensive foul?
It should have been 2 fouls, actually. No, but I thought the hand in the back, and I didn't see it at first until I seen the replay, and they showed that replay like 60 times at the end of the game.
I don't think he pushed him, but clearly in that case, 90% of the time, at least you're going to get a foul. When you have
I need to look at it again because I want to see what Mannix is like.
If he pushed him, he might actually reach the basket.
Right, he might have pushed him up. But did PJ jump too early? I never even considered that. But he clearly didn't have the lift to even get the ball over the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Like something happened there. And, when he was coming down, and I was watching it last night and they were showing the replay, and I'm like, why is this guy, he's looking back, he's looking all, nervous, just go. And so I'll have to take a look at the replay, but that was the game right there. Mm-hmm. He makes that. Now the pressure's on the Boston Celtics, who had just turned it over, mind you. That's
that's all they do.
Yeah.
They built, a 13-point lead on White's 3?
Yep.
And then after that, it's like,
yeah. Exactly. And Johnny says, no, Jaylen Brown blocked PJ. Nah, the ball hit the rim first, and then those guys, wiped it away. I mean, that was a tough play to watch.
Mm-hmm. So if you're Dallas, maybe your fun cup is half full because you're thinking, all right, that we played terribly, didn't shoot the ball well. We were still in that game. And we also made a run in the first game, even though we ended up losing by a lot. Kyrie is not even shown up. And then last night we almost cut that thing to 3, and Porzingis is hurt. I could see that it wouldn't be hard for Dallas to talk themselves into thinking they're still in this thing.
No, I think so. And, I think one thing, that I saw from last night's game that, Dallas did, they went to Daniel Gafford on a low block in the second half against Jason Tatum. He had back-to-back buckets. I'd like to see him more involved. And I think, when you look at it, like Derek Jones Jr., Exum, I do think those guys will play
1 for 1 last night.
Boom. Yeah, he did hit that one. I was like, okay. But how about Derek Jones Jr.? I don't think he's made a 3 yet in this series. And not saying he's a good 3-point shooter or knockdown guy or anything like that. But
Boston has taken away the corner 3.
You
ain't getting it.
You're not getting it.
And you're not getting the lob either.
But they're better than 6 of 26 from 3. Like Luka had 4, PJ 1, Kyrie was 0 for 3. Maxi Kleber, who I don't know why he's even playing, was 0 for 2. Josh Green 0 for 3. PJ 1 for 5. I think those guys will play even better at home.
Did you notice that after he stumbled, whatever happened, I think he got kicked, Porzingis went from being dominant to, in that next stretch of whatever it was, 2 minutes, whatever it was before they took him out, he couldn't move.
Yeah.
He was getting beaten like a drum on both ends.
Yes, they had to pull him out. And, they said afterward he'll be fine, but that could be a game changer because we've talked about it. Dallas doesn't have anybody that can match up with him, and he's better defensively than I expected. Like some of his blocks and the plays he's making.
I've never thought of him as a rim protector,
right?
But he sure is.
He sure is. I mean, I've seen PJ go up for dunks. I've seen, other guy, and Porzingis meets these guys at the rim. And yeah, if I'm Dallas, sure, you're down, but you got to feel confident that you're going to play a better game. Especially at home. Like, I got to imagine Kyrie is going to be better in a game 3 and game 4 at home. That's the key for Dallas. We could talk about Jones, Gafford, and all those guys. If Kyrie's only averaging 15 points a game in the finals, you are not going to win. Think about it like this, Whitey. Who's been the best player this series?
Jaylen Brown.
Okay, you say Jaylen. I would say Luka, let's say.
Okay.
After that, the Celtics have like the next 5 best players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so Kyrie has to somehow make it a fairer fight, a more even fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's lots of reasons for Dallas to feel halfway decently. On the other side, Boston also. We didn't make anything in the last game. We still won.
Yep.
Yeah. And Tatum is not scoring. He's not shooting well.
Yeah.
We're still up 2-0. Luka looks like he's going to collapse in a heap at any minute. He looks exhausted.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm looking at, Tatum last night, 6 of 22. He did have 12 assists, 9 rebounds. I do feel like he made a lot of great reads, but you're right. When you got 39 combined points from Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, if you're the Mavs, you got to feel like, okay, we're going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But Drew Holiday, 26. Derek White, 18. Let me do the math. 44-48. Mavs outscored the Celtics, but not nearly enough. Like, think about it. If you're Luka and Kyrie, you should both be having 30. That should be 60-44 instead of, them playing you guys evenly like that.
You have any idea why this is? Series opener averaged a 5.7 rating, 10.99 million viewers, least watched NBA Finals Game 1 since the league hit its ratings rock bottom with the 2020 and 2021 finals. Beyond those two, 10.99 is the league's lowest number since 2007.
Wow.
And this is, okay, you got, you're talking 2020 and 2021. You're talking COVID. You're talking the bubble. You're talking a finals that's played in July. But now 10.99 going back to 2007 for the Celtics and the Mavs. I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad in game 1. Let me think. That was a Thursday,
no,
right?
It wasn't a great game, which I know can affect the numbers because people didn't stick through it.
Yeah, didn't stick through it. Or, if you're coming home from work or something and you see the score, you're like, I'm not even going to watch it or something like that. I don't know, but I did hear that the numbers yesterday rebounded.
Oh, good.
Let me, I'll pull it up right here. I did read that game 2 was the highest rated game 2 in quite some time. Let me see. Andrew Marchand, I believe, put this out earlier today. I can't find it, but yeah, the numbers rebounded in game 2. And so I don't know what it is, man. I just think when you look at this finals and Luka's a great player, big star. Tatum, same thing, but it's not LeBron. It's not Giannis. It's not. It's just something missing. Not Steph. It's just something missing. From this finals. And let me ask you this though: when you look at Luka, do you put him in the same category, not from a basketball standpoint, but from a draw standpoint, as a LeBron, Steph, or is he a tier below?
I would think he would be, but I'm not sure that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it and go, man, what's not for the country to love about that guy? But I'm not sure that it's there, that love that I would expect to be there.
Well, I'll throw it to you like this, and it just hit me, and me and Jay always bring this up. Everybody knows who LeBron and Steph Curry are. I don't think non-basketball fans, a majority of them know who Luka Doncic is. Jason Tatum. I don't know. So I think there are different levels of stars. LeBron, Steph, they're like the pinnacle, the pantheon. They're at the top. Tatum and Luka, they're on that next rung because I don't know to Jay's point that he's, I don't know if my mom knows who Luka is. I don't usually my parents watch the finals. They're not
I'll
even
tweet
watching
about
them.
him, and then your mom.
Yeah, she'll know, right? She don't follow me. She follow you, but she don't follow me. But it's just something about this series that's just not clicking.
You're right. You kind of called that before the series started. Coming up, what's Steph Curry doing at Lifetime Gym in Folsom? And are we going to see he and Drapes on the court at the same time? Next, Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I can't tell you how much I love my new SUV. It is truly amazing, and I got special news just for you. Right now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can receive your first month's payment up to $1,500 on them on select new 2024 GLE vehicles. Or how about the all-new E-Class right now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton? They have over 80 pre-owned vehicles in stock, including off-brand trucks, SUVs, and sedans. And they have rates starting at 1.99% APR on select certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. And Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a Vans Fleet Center with rates starting at 4.9% APR plus customer bonus cash incentives on approved credit. Head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, just off I-5, or online at mbfstockton.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
Listen, if I had y'all worried about the NBA Finals ratings, I'm sorry. Jay sent that update that Drapes was referencing. Celtics Mavs on ABC. Most watched NBA Finals Game 2 in 5 years. So that would go back to, I'm not mistaken, Toronto and the Warriors.
And the Warriors,
Game 2.
right?
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so Game 1 was Game 2 averaged more than 12 million viewers, peaking with more than 14 million. 10% up from Game 1.
Okay,
So,
all right. People are watching, you know. I think, you know, Thursday, 8:30 Eastern start, not school night, but work night. Week versus Sunday, 5 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock. I think, you know, more people are home watching TV at that time.
Didn't they used to start on a Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know.
Yeah, it used to be Tuesday, Thursday, I feel like. And then the weekend game.
Yeah, maybe they're still looking for that sweet spot. I don't know, but I was just surprised that the ratings were so poor for Game 1. I'm not surprised they bounced back for Game 2 because, you know, say what you will about the two teams. I'm not a big fan of either team, but, man, if the NBA Finals aren't going to get people watching with Boston against Dallas,
right.
they ain't going to watch anybody.
Yeah, it's I'm telling you, man, it's you know, and you got to also look too. You look at LeBron and Steph; those are the guys that move the needle even during the regular season. The KDs, you know, no offense to Luka and Tatum, especially Tatum now. Like Tatum, I said it last year. You know, we had a discussion facing the NBA. I thought it could be Tatum. But he seems to have regressed. He's not going out there owning people, scoring 35. He's sort of taking a back seat to JB right now.
He's distributing right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just not shooting the ball well.
Right.
And I didn't know. I guess I never noticed it about him. He is just he just doesn't get excited.
Oh, he's even keeled, man, even keeled. And, you know, I was there when his rookie year, he dunked on LeBron in the playoffs and flexed. And I was probably the most excited, but he's, you know, just, I don't know. He's mellowed out as he's gone along, you know. Scott on the text line 916. Nobody wants to see Boston win, and no one thinks Dallas can win. So people are just like, Dallas they're not going to win. So maybe they aren't watching for that reason.
Well, I think people thought that until they heard you and Jay.
And
Imran. Even Imran was like, I like Dallas to win this thing. So.
Yeah, but Dallas isn't looking the same, right? They look like a juggernaut going through the West. And I don't know if it's the time off, the matchup with the Celtics. They look a little shaky right now.
They do.
They have to work for everything, it looks like.
How do you think the coaching matchup has been so far?
I give the advantage to Joe Mazzulla.
I do too.
You know, I hate to do that because, you know, I'm not a Joe Mazzulla fan. I don't know if you saw, you know, the clip that's floating around. Our boy, friend of the show, Vincent Goodwill, asked him about, you know, two black coaches coaching in the NBA Finals for the first time since, I think, Bullets, Sonics, maybe? And, you know, Joe Mazzulla said, I don't know. How many of them were Christian? You know, like,
really?
Yeah, and that was it. And then it was dead silence. Yeah, Jay, you may have to pull that for the people to hear. And so, Joe Mazzulla threw everybody for a loop, you know. Jason Kidd had talked about it. Adam Silver had talked about it. But Joe Mazzulla did not want to entertain that kind of topic, you know.
Okay, what he said I don't get, but I didn't realize that. That's stunning.
About the coaching?
Yes.
I'll pull it up. Our boy Vincent Goodwill, who's a friend of the show, he wrote an article for Yahoo about that. And Joe Mazzulla wasn't having it. 2024 NBA Finals, Joe Mazzulla's unwillingness to discuss race, a complicated issue. According to, first time since 1975. Al Adams and KC Jones, yes. For the first time since 75, the NBA Finals has a black head coach on each sideline.
Wow.
Yeah, and here's that exchange between Goodwill and Joe Mazzulla. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Joe, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches. David Aldridge?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Joe Mazzulla is a little different, man. I'm not a fan of this guy, and so
he thought he nailed that, right?
I think. That's how he is.
I'll walk that off if they let me.
That's how he is. Yes. Yes. That was a lob. That was a softball question. That Vincent Goodwill asked him. I mean, that was one to easily knock it out of the park, and he veered left. He said, "You know what? I'm not going to swing at that fastball."
I apologize. I did not realize that was the case.
I'm
stunned by that.
That was prior to game 2, I do believe. It was prior to, or maybe game 1.
That
game
fact
1
is, to me, that seems like that cannot be true.
Yeah.
But
right. That's so
1975.
So when you ask me about the coaching matchup, I'm gonna give it to Joe Mazzulla. But 1975.
And there weren't that many before that. So what is this, like the second or third in history?
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Yeah, when before then. I mean, you had Casey Jones, and what you had, who else? Bill Russell
was the
player,
first,
coach.
and
Yeah,
that wasn't until late 60s.
Yeah. Knicks didn't have a black head coach. I'm trying to think of the champion. Bucks didn't, right? Oh,
this might be the second
time ever.
You know, you remember, and Drapes, you might remember this. I think this was your third year, Drapes, here?
I just finished my fourth season,
year.
but third.
Yeah. So you missed it. Remember when the royal family went to go see the Celtics game, and they asked Joe Mazzulla?
Oh, yeah,
and he was like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yeah.
You remember that? I gotta find that. I'm gonna find
Well,
it.
he just was asked that the other day too, because I guess they went to the game or something.
Yeah.
And then he said,
my royal family
is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Like, he's big and I'm not, that's his prerogative. But I thought,
he's a devout Christian.
He's a devout Christian, but apparently, race is not an area he wants to talk about.
Okay. I'm glad we discussed this because
you didn't notice,
yes. I'm having a hard time believing that. It's like, well, that's not right.
It's a historic moment out here. I'm reading Goodwill's article. Before this recent cycle, there were 14 black head coaches, and 4 of the top 5 Eastern Conference teams were head coaches. So he didn't go into the history before 1975, but man, you might be right. This might be the second time ever. So,
okay,
it's a little. How should I put this? A little disappointing that Joe Mazzulla did not want to, highlight this and really embrace this kind of historical moment. Really,
I'm with you, and thank you for filling me in. Back with Steph Curry and why the heck he was in Folsom. And what's going on with Sasha? Little Kings talk here when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
We had JaVale McGee in, that was last week, right?
Yeah, last week, Monday, right?
Yeah, stay tuned because in a few moments we'll give you a chance to pick up a pair of tickets to the Jug Life Water for Life charity softball game. I understand Jay may be involved in that.
Oh, Jay, you working some back channels?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll be a part of it. Drive guys will be a part of it.
Okay,
Absolutely. We'll be
all
doing
right.
some in arena. Well, that's a stadium, actually. In stadium, conversational pieces and interviewing some of the team members, some of the celebs that's going to be out moving and grooving on the field, doing some behind the scenes stuff, B-roll stuff for Jug Life and JaVale McGee. So happy to be a part of it. Drive guys got to represent.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that,
All
Jay.
right, Jay.
Jay, who just had a dominating weekend of softball.
Oh, this dude is
hit 733 or something.
733, Jay.
Second base. Yeah.
Man. The team didn't do well though, so it doesn't matter.
See, you like Dominique Wilkins back in the day.
Yeah.
Putting up 50 and not getting a win, huh?
So Jay hit 719 or something like that. His shortstop, his partner, middle infielder, hit 750. The team can't win.
You can't win?
Yeah, a bunch of
we can't.
bums.
750? What were some of the scores, Jay?
The first game we lost 18-17. I remember that one. Second game, I think we lost by like 5 or so, something like that. The 3 games on Saturday, we got smoked in one game. We got walked off by like 10 in one game. The other games were, within 3-5 or something. Just couldn't put it together.
Did you not win any games?
We did not. We went over.
Damn, bro.
This is our first tournament all together, fellas. This is a very reputable organization that has tons of softball teams, but they don't have this division of teams. So this was the first time we've all kind of come together, pick 2 or 3 guys from this team, 2 or 3 guys from that team, 1 guy from over this way. And we just couldn't put it together. And we were playing a division higher than I think they're going to place us. But it was, Western, man, it don't get me started. It's
but you're
Western regional to set you up for the World Series type thing, so.
High level.
Yeah, I guess.
High level.
If that's what you want to call it. I don't know how high level of softball can be, but yeah.
Spoken like a true baseball player.
Yeah, I mean, but I will say this though, fellas. Since I've been playing softball, I have been amazed that people get paid to do this. Like, this is their job.
Yeah.
They get paid to literally go play what I consider recreational softball, but they have bats named after them. They get paid, their sponsorship, advertisement. I learned years ago there's a Team USA, which is actually coming back in the Olympics. Not this one in Paris, but in 2028, they're bringing back softball and baseball for the Olympics. So you can actually go make Team USA.
Is that fast pitch or slow pitch?
It's slow pitch.
Softball is a sport too,
yes,
right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right. And it's going to be in the Olympics. You
It
know
is.
what else is in the Olympics?
What's that?
Golf.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
That's one of the crazy things about
It's a
the
hobby
U.S. Open.
activity.
The U.S. Open, whoever wins the U.S. Open and how they finish will help determine who goes to the
The
Olympics.
Olympics. So, I mean, if it's in the Olympics, it's a sport, right?
No, it could be a competition.
They have games in the Olympics.
Yeah, they have
The
games.
Olympics.
Right, it's Olympic
They
games.
got no
Olympic-
backgammon,
The Olympic
Parcheesi.
what? The Olympic sports, or what? Like the Olympic
Games. Yeah.
That's
They
it.
are.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah.
Competition, jousting, and things like that.
Jousting.
You know they used to have pistol duels in the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
For your life?
Like,
Yeah.
you shoot?
wow.
You didn't want the bronze or the silver.
Right? There was only one winner, right? Last man standing.
Yeah, Dale on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Dale. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up, Dale?
What can we do for you today?
Hey, I love you guys' show.
Thanks.
I just wanted to weigh in on the low audience scenario with this championship series. I think it's less about, well, it might, that nobody expected Dallas to do anything, and maybe that's why they didn't tune into game one. But I think it's that Luka is a draw. I do. And I think that Boston is just too innocuous. They've got so many guys. When you look at Dallas, you've got Luka as the main draw. When you look at the Celtics, you've got a team. And but as far as the Sasha thing goes, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that last thing, though, by the way. But the Sasha, was Sasha actually, when he was injured, was he cleared to play and didn't play? Did Mike Brown choose to keep him out of the lineup, even though he might have been able to play? Maybe that's why he's so angry.
Thanks for the call, Dale. A couple of good points there. I'll let you give your
Well, yeah,
expertise.
I'll give. That's a tricky question that Dale asked, the second one, because I remember we were in Toronto, and Sasha was working out, before the game, playing 3-on-3 or 5-on-5. And during the timeout, I'm like, Sasha, you going to play tomorrow, right? He's like, hopefully, we'll see. Then he didn't play for like another week or two. And so I don't know if, they were trying to rush him back. He didn't feel like he was ready, but I was shocked that after talking to him, I'm like, oh, he's going to play tomorrow. Like, that it still took a couple of weeks for him to get back. And I got to look up the exact timeline of this because we were in Toronto. At Toronto, this was late in the season, I do believe. And so I'm like, all right, let me talk to my guy, Sasha. Yeah, so this was March 20th, and it was the first night of a back-to-back. The second night they had to play at Washington, March 28th.
That didn't go well.
First. No, that's they lost by 7. But they beat Toronto by 34 and then lost by 7 to Washington. It's March 20th and 21st. I had the conversation with Sasha on March 20th. He didn't play till March 31st. So 11 days later.
And do you have how much did he play?
9 minutes and 52 seconds. This was home against Utah. So I was shocked that, he was still 10 days from not actually playing. And at that time, he had missed, let me do the math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He had missed 16 straight games going into that.
I remember having that conversation with you at the arena. Like,
yeah.
When Sasha gets
and I'm like, hey, he told me, he's close. And then, I had talked to him a week before. And he's like, yeah, it's still a little pain. But then that night in Toronto, he said, yeah, maybe, hopefully, probably, and he didn't play for another 10, 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
So to our last caller, I don't know if, they didn't see eye to eye or what, but I'm just giving you, what I saw out there.
Yeah. And it's possible that Sasha, after what shoot around was saying, I'm not right. We don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it did seem like, wow, he should have been ready to go by now. And Dale, I know I've mentioned this a million times. We're still not exactly sure whether it was Sasha that went to the Kings and said, I want out, or if the Kings have told him, you're not in our plans. If the latter is the case, then it's pretty clear that for all the talk we've had today about, boy, you wonder what he could be. It's pretty clear the Kings saw all they needed to see, right, to come to the conclusion that he wasn't a good fit.
Yeah, if that report is true, right? Yeah. That he's not in their future
practice
plan.
Every day.
Right. Yeah, it's man, and I wanted it so bad for him. And how about this, Whitey? This could be telling right here. Wow, this could be telling. I'm just looking at his game logs, and I don't know the circumstances. April 7th, we played Brooklyn. He must have got hurt. He must have got hurt in that game. We won that game by 30. He played 2 minutes and 41 seconds. He must have got banged up because then he didn't play the next game. But then, against New Orleans, April 11th, played 10 minutes and 55 seconds, then didn't play the next night against Phoenix. And then, how about this? Season finale, 39-point win against Portland, 10 minutes and change. That tells me you're not in the rotation. Like you're at the end on a 39-point win and you only get 10 minutes. Like that tells me you're at the back end of the bench. And so I don't know what was going on down there at the stretch of the season, but clearly I would think Sasha couldn't be happy with that. You're winning by 39 and I get 10 minutes.
I do recall that there was a stretch there around mid-season where it finally looked like he had found his stride a little bit. And I think it was right after that where he sprained both ankles. Remember that?
Yeah.
It looked like he finally was getting a little bit of a regular run.
Yeah.
And he was starting to make some shots, and then he hurt both ankles.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah. How about this, too? I'm going back to that game. Davion, 21 minutes. I'm just looking at the bench, guys. Trey, 19. Alex Len, 13. Kessler Edwards, 11 and change. Sasha, 10:36. Chris Duarte, 8:22. JaVale, 7. Mason Jones. So, and Fox 25, Keon 24. HB played 30 minutes in that game. You win by 39. It's not adding up, right? It is, and it wasn't like they pulled away late, Whitey. It was 65-37 at the half. So this was a blowout from the jump. And Sasha couldn't get burned. That's tough.
So the decision was already made, perhaps.
Maybe. It seemed like he was out of the rotation at that point. Yeah.
By the way, what do you know about Steph Curry being at your gym in Folsom? You knew something was going on. We know that his daughter was in town in at a volleyball tournament, but you turned down the invite. My guy had hit me up on Instagram. My guy Marcus, he said SAO open run Saturday night 6 to 8. Let me know if you want to come check it out. And I saw him and talked to him. He's like, yeah, it's going to be some high-level guys. Kent Bazemore probably be there. I said, dude, I got to go hang with my boys down at Half Moon Bay, golf, have some good pasta. Then the phone started blowing up. Dad, guess who's at Lifetime? Yo, Drapes, you at Lifetime right now? And so I'm like, of all times, like if I would have been in town, I would have driven to Lifetime just to go see Steph. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't feel too badly about that. Hopefully you don't. I know you're playing golf and you had a great time. There's a guy that was on the Kings broadcast team before you, Jim Kozimore.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to work for your Sixers. And he was telling me the story. He's working for the Sixers and they have an off day. And a guy by the name of Steve Mix on the team says, hey, Coz, there's going to be a party. Do you want to go? And Coz says he had laundry to do. And he says, nah, I got some laundry to do. So he did his laundry instead of going to a pool party at Julius Irving's house.
Shut up.
And he says, to this day, he has no idea why he didn't go to the pool party.
No way.
Hey, Doc's having a party. Pool party.
Dr. J pool
I got
party?
laundry to do.
Come on. I would have, laundry, Kozimore. Laundry and watch some Murder, She Wrote or Matlock or something like that and read a good book. Oh, my gosh.
He tells a story on himself.
That's hilarious. That's
not
hilarious.
one of my better decisions. Speaking of decisions, what the Danny Hurley decision means for the rest of the West when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the men in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or hagenoaks.com.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, here we go. You a fan of softball? You a fan of JaVale McGee's?
Yeah, our boy JaVale McGee.
Are you ready for the event of the summer? It's the Jug Life Charity Softball Game, hosted at Sutter Health Park this Saturday. Join JaVale McGee and his celebrity squad as our incredible community comes together for a cause that counts. All proceeds go to water education programs and providing clean water to communities in need, like people in Uganda, as JaVale was telling us. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, looking for caller number. What do you think, Drapes?
Let's go with 6.
Caller 6 to score that pair of tickets to the premier charity event of the summer, the Jug Life Charity Softball Game. That's 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. For more information, visit sacktownsports.com. Get your tickets now at juglifewater.com. We'd love to see you out there. It's going to be unforgettable.
Giving out a pair of tickets. Is it a
Yes,
pair
sir.
too?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pair of
All
tickets.
right.
It's interesting. Drapes was kind of pressing JaVale when he was in here about who's going to be there. I like to surprise people.
Maybe Steph Curry again,
I'm
right?
not saying anything.
Steph taking up residence
I
here.
like to surprise people. Yeah. Were you surprised to hear that Danny Hurley told the Lakers, nope, thanks, but nope.
No, but I thought he was going to take the job. I really thought he was going to take the job. This is the Lakers organization.
Yeah.
17 championships. LeBron and AD. LA. $70 million. I thought he was going to take this job. And the fact that he turned it down is, on the surface surprising, but the more I think about it, I see why he did. You got family. You're an East Coast guy, king of the castle. Life is good. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. And so I'm shocked, though, that he would stay at UConn instead of going to the Lakers. Come on, man.
Yeah, I thought once he told his players, look, this is real, just so you know, business as usual, but just so you know, I am going to talk to the Lakers. Then he comes out here to meet with the Lakers. I thought, well, he's going to do it. I mean, that's a guy that knows what he wants, and he has his priorities in place. If he didn't want to do it, he would just stay home and say no thanks. I thought if he's coming out here, he's going to take it.
Right,
But nope.
right.
Nope.
Yeah,
So,
that's, as
far as the Lakers go,
have you been to Storrs, Connecticut?
no.
Middle of nowhere. I mean, hour and a half from New York, a couple hours maybe. But it ain't like it's a metropolis or anything like that. I mean, we're talking two different LA versus two different areas. And so I'll say this. If he didn't take this job, I don't know what job maybe the Knicks because it's in his backyard, maybe Boston because it's right there. But he might be a lifer now in the college game, sort of like Coach K was.
There's only so many jobs, obviously, in the NBA. And for some coaches, I remember when Quinn Snyder took the job with the Hawks. I was talking to our buddy Jerry Reynolds, and I said, well, I don't know if that's a good job. And he was like, there's only so many of these jobs.
Yeah.
They got talent. If you want to coach, you can't sit there. You don't,
Right.
These things don't pop up all the time. But to me, the Laker job right now is really a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's backsliding, right? It has to be. And you're coming in and you're going to be charged with trying to get it to go the other way when it's almost inevitable that just because your two biggest stars are getting older, maybe if things come together, you got another year or two of glory, but it's almost inevitable that it's going to unravel. Do you want to oversee that and then be charged with trying to prevent that? I think that's a tough deal. And then coaching LeBron, where so much of what you do as a coach right away, it's like you can't do that in the NBA, and you certainly don't do it with LeBron.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but and somebody pointed this out, an old Kobe Bryant quote that I was just digging up. Kobe said, quote, "It takes a special person to want to play for this franchise and take the pressure that comes along with playing for this franchise, the pressure of following Magic, myself, and the dynasty that we've had. It takes a special person to do that. And if I need to convince you to come here to carry that legacy forward, then you ain't the one to be it." And then he's talking about players, obviously, but from a coaching standpoint, it's a lot of pressure. Coaching the Lakers isn't like coaching the Orlando Magic or Charlotte Hornets. Like, it's a lot of second guessing, scrutinization, pressure. You got egos, LeBron you got to deal with. It is a tricky situation.
Yeah. In the best of circumstances. But to me now, when it's all, every franchise has their career arc or excuse me, their where are they on the competitive arc? And the Lakers are probably not on the upswing, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's tricky.
That is tricky. The one thing I will say about the Lakers is that they usually aren't down for long. I mean, think about it. They've won a championship in every decade. I mean, you go back to Minneapolis, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010. Like, they've won in every decade. And so they aren't usually down for long. But, like Kobe's quote, I think it does take a special person, especially and I've brought this up before and I'll bring it up again. It's almost like playing in Boston or playing with the Yankees or the Red Sox. Like, Carl Crawford, was amazing with Tampa Bay. Then he comes to Boston and it's like,
who's that guy?
He flames out, because it's a different, animal. And I think coaching the Lakers is the same way.
Speaking of coaches, I was pleased to see this today, and Jay pointed this out. Mike Tomlin has received an extension. The NFL's longest tenured coach has received an extension from the Steelers. So he's under contract through the 2027 seasons. He's entering his 18th season leading the Pittsburgh Steelers. Signed a 3-year extension. Team announced today.
And well-deserved, well-deserved.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a rock there in Pittsburgh. And there was some talk he might retire or leave or something like that after this past season. But they've revamped their quarterback room, right now, and see if he can, relight Russell Wilson and see what happens out there in Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin's streak is 17 straight seasons, finishing 500 or better. According to ESPN, third longest by any head coach in NFL history. Tom Landry had 21 such seasons, and Bill Belichick had 19.
Ooh.
And Mike Tomlin, 2007 through 23, 17 consecutive winning seasons.
Yeah, I think, when you look at
500 or better,
great coaches, they get more out of less. And I think Mike Tomlin has done that. I mean, it's been a revolving door at quarterback ever since Big Ben retired. And yet he keeps them relevant, keeps them playing meaningful games into December and early January. And so, he's a future Hall of Famer, right?
Oh, no
Mike Tomlin?
question. Yeah. Won a Super Bowl. He does a lot of work in the offseason with an organization that, like, rescues kids, keeps children out of becoming captured and becoming slaves and things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Goes out with them and helps them. And I saw some documentary on it. I mean, that's amazing. I want to do something important. What could be more important than something like that?
Yeah, that's making a difference right there. That's taking up a cause. No, he seems to be a good dude. He seems to be a coach that's well respected, by peers and the players. And, it's something about those Steelers coaches, man. When they get hired, they don't go anywhere.
Now, after the wild card loss to the Bills, he walked off the podium to unceremoniously end his news conference.
Remember that?
In the middle of a question. And some people thought, that's it.
That's
He's done.
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
Because the reporter asked him about his future, right?
He said, I certainly could have handled that situation better than I did.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that. Coach Tomlin, that he's back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What more can you do for an organization and a franchise?
Yeah. He's and they're a sleeper out there too. I mean, 17 straight seasons, 500 ball.
Yeah.
They could be a 10-win team this year. And so make a wild card or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting quarterback situation there in Pittsburgh
this
year.
Yeah. I don't get that, to be honest with you. You bring in a guy like Russell Wilson and you're like, all right, he's our guy. Then you go and trade for Justin Fields. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Don't you think what we think of as the Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson is so far removed from that?
What?
I mean,
the
blue collar, tough. And Russell Wilson seems
like,
I'm above the fray, guys. I'm too cool for that. You know what I mean?
Maybe it doesn't fit, right? It doesn't.
I mean,
fit.
He was a quarterback for the Seahawks, and they were certainly that way. But
everybody else was that way, not him, right?
Yeah,
he was the one, And what was the criticism about him? Like he had his own office and everything, and he was, bigger than the team. It felt like, and so it'll be interesting to see how him and Tomlin get along out there.
Yeah, and Justin Fields, they've Russell Wilson's the starter. Justin Fields like, I'm gonna get his job.
Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh yeah. By mid-season, Justin Fields will be that starting quarterback.
And then
right?
for Russell Wilson, it's like you got one last chance here to prove
this
you're
is
still
it, right?
Russell Wilson. So good luck.
This is it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And good luck to you, Drapes, because when we come back, it's Whitey's Wayback Machine for June 10th. You've kind of been struggling a little bit. Look, I'll
be all right. I got my rest this week, and I'll be good. I'll be ready.
Now you did get double teamed on Friday. You had two guys.
Yeah, two. I had to bring in reinforcements. Emran over here, but me and Jay mano y mano, I got him.
Yeah, it's the quiz Whitey's Wayback Machine for June 10th when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hey sports fans, it's JaVale McGee here. Are you ready for the event of the summer? It's the Jug Life Charity Softball Game hosted at Sutter Health Park on Saturday, June 15th. Join me and all my celebrity friends for the #1 event of the summer as our incredible community comes together for a cause that counts. The Jug Life Charity Softball Game isn't just about softball. It's about giving back. All proceeds go to the water education programs and providing clean water to communities in need. Thanks to your support, our team with Jug Life is making a real difference, bringing hope and health to those who need it the most. Bring your family and friends for a day you won't forget. Cheer on your favorite stars as they hit it out the park for a great cause. Come celebrate Father's Day weekend at the Jug Life Charity Softball Game that's happening on Saturday, June 15th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at juglifewater.com. That's juglifewater.com. Join us, have fun, and make a difference. Jug Life. Drink water, give water, save water.
Hey, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. And as a special deal all this week, when you enter promo code SAC20 at checkout, they'll give you 20% off your entire order. So when you want to enjoy great pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC20 at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/SacktownSports1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Yeah, Kyle Draper's getting ready, doing some stretching. Yeah, getting ready for the competition ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
The Weeks Championship went to Jay last week. Now, you're protesting that, or I know there was a tie in there, and then you said we didn't complete the game ended too early Friday.
Yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, so that one didn't count. We didn't finish the game. You said first to 3, and we never got to 3.
Yeah,
it was 2-1.
I think the rules say first to 3 or whoever's ahead when.
Nah, you can't tell me that 3 days afterward. The rules actually, Drape say. I did not hear that on Friday.
Uh-huh.
How about this? Whoever wins today, that's worth 2.
Well, what do you think?
Well, it's Monday.
We making things up on the fly.
Reset. Last week, go ahead and put that in my column.
We making things up on the fly here.
All right, it's Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for June 10th. Everything in the quiz happened on this date, but we have 6 different years. Here are your years: 1921, 1944, 1972, 1977, 2005, and 2011.
All right.
I will tell you, Drapes, there's not a ton of NBA stuff that happened.
This guy's killing me. He's killing me.
Tomorrow, I think you like it
NBA
more than
season
today.
is done.
Yeah, but not a ton of it today. So, Jay, you want to play or you want to pass?
I'm always playing.
1921,
That's
44,
your problem.
72,
You always playing.
77,
Never
2005,
serious.
or 2011.
I couldn't hear the last 3 because my opponent was speaking.
1977, 2005, and 2011.
I'm going 05.
All right.
We're going to start 05.
The Orioles beat the Reds 4-3 in a game that featured 3 members of the 500 home run club. Can you name one of them?
The Orioles and the Reds?
I got this.
2005. It's a game that featured 3 members of the 500 home run club. Can you name one of them?
Yeah, I think I can name 2 of the 3.
All right, what you got, big fella?
I'm trying to remember. Am I missing anybody on the Reds? 05, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
05 Reds.
There's one I would not have gotten.
Yeah, that's I'm like,
Yeah, that might be the one.
05, I'm gonna go Joey Votto,
No.
Rafael Palmeiro.
That is
Dang it.
Yes.
And Bobby back here just said one of them. He just said Albertville.
He already got it.
Yeah.
He
He
already
got it, but Bobby over here.
Who did he say?
He said Albertville, which is not right. Yeah.
It was
Who's the third one for the Reds?
Rafael Palmeiro.
Yep. There's got to be one on the Reds.
Sammy Sosa was on the Orioles. And for the Reds, a cat by the name of Ken Griffey Jr.
What? 07?
07?
Oh, no, 05.
But you got Palmeiro.
The Sammy Sosa one. Wow.
Yeah, I'd have never got that. Orioles?
Point for Jay.
I had Palmeiro. Come on.
Over to you, Kyle Draper.
All right, give me some dates.
21, 44, 72, 1977, 2011.
2011 is the most recent one?
Yes, sir.
Give me that one, guys.
All right. This date, 2011, he became only the second manager ever, joining Connie Mack, to manage 5,000 games. This date, 2011.
Jim Leland.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Damn.
Jay?
I'm going who we just had last week is winning their 2,000 game, Joe Torre.
Sorry, it's Tony La Russa.
La Russa. I said that the reverse. Remember last week? I said that the reverse last week, didn't I?
Yep.
Dang.
1-0, Jay. Jay, you're up. 1921, 1944, 1972, 1977.
77.
1977.
That's my wheelhouse. Right
Lucia Harris from Delta State University became the first woman drafted by an NBA team. When which team picked her in the 7th round? A clue, and the clue is written in here.
Give me the clue. Give me the clue. I need it.
The team no longer plays in the city they played in when they drafted her.
Ooh, 77. And this was the NBA, not ABA.
This is an NBA team. Yeah.
And they no longer play in the
And the first time an NBA team drafted a female player.
It's
7th round.
It would absolutely kill me if it was the Kings and the Royals and all that stuff. I
got it.
I'm going to go the Clippers.
That's a good guess.
That's who I was going to guess. That's incorrect. Oh, that's who I was going to guess, Jay. Can you read the question again?
Absolutely. Lucia Harris from Delta State University became the first woman drafted by an NBA team when which team picked her in the
New Orleans
7th round?
Jazz.
That's where I was going at.
That is
correct.
Bam!
Well done. You missed it, huh? Yeah.
Where's Delta State?
Delta State.
Where's Delta State?
I think that's down there,
In the
right?
blue?
I don't think it's in Louisiana, though. It's in, Mississippi.
Yeah, let me look it up. You looking that up, Jay? All right. And I get this one, too, right?
Well done. Yeah, that was well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Mississippi.
All we have left is 1921, 1924,
Cleveland, Mississippi.
1972. And I'll tell you guys, 2 of these are like where you both get to guess.
Okay.
So, yeah.
1921, you said?
Yes, sir.
Damn, that's a long time. That's way. I'm not picking that. 70. What is it?
1972?
Or
1944.
72.
1972. Hank Aaron hit career home run number 649, passing who for second place on the all-time list? You know, number 1 was the Bambino.
Yeah.
1972, number 649 for the Hammer, passing who for second place on the all-time list?
Why am I blanking on this?
Yeah, I should know this. Willie Mays.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, Drapes has that 2-1 lead.
I'm flowing down, big dog. I'm flowing down.
That's a good one.
But there's still time for you.
I'm going long range.
Yeah.
It was Drake's pick, right?
No, I just
it's mine.
picked that
Yes,
one. Yeah.
I'm going 21, baby. 1921.
All right. You both get a
Prohibition.
shot at this. So closest wins.
OCD's next to his closest win.
So do you want him to go first?
No, that's on me.
No, you can't do that.
It's his turn. You
Yeah.
get
That's all right.
That's
no.
only the first time.
I'm not
you get
passing.
That's the new rule.
I'm not
because you
passing. I'm not
complained about it
passing.
last time.
I'm not passing.
All right. You complained about it last time. So
I
I made
did.
that a new
All
rule.
right.
Yeah, but he's waving it off. Okay, Jay.
I need this one.
1921. Babe Ruth became baseball's all-time home run leader,
So about all these Babe Ruth questions.
I know, right?
passing the previous leader, Roger Connor.
Yeah.
So
Who was that?
1921, he became the all-time leader when he hit career home run. What number? He would end up with 714. In 1921, he was baseball's all-time leader with how many home runs?
I'm going to say about 320.
320. Kyle Draper, this could be for the win for you.
321.
It's under.
100.
Yeah.
Oh my
something.
God.
Yeah.
That's really low.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's 2-2.
All right. Okay.
It's for the win, old Drapes. It's old Drapes
This
for the
is
win.
it for the win.
Yeah. Someone's going to score here because it's the closest to. So I'll give you the same option that I gave him because it's your question.
Right.
Do you want him to go first or do you want to
No,
go first?
you asked the question first,
All
right? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 1944. Cincinnati's Joe Nuxall
Oh, Joe.
became Major League Baseball's youngest player ever, a distinction he still holds. When he pitched the ninth inning for the Reds at what age?
I think I know this one.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Jay first. So.
Okay.
19.
19 for the win?
18.
15.
Oh, man. How did they even let that dude on the field?
It was during the war.
Gosh.
I was going to say 14.
Oh, but you just went
But
under.
I just went under.
Yeah,
He Price is right in me.
I knew
Price
it was
is
younger
right
than
in me.
that.
I thought it was 16. I wanted to say.
Brought some strategy.
Man,
Yeah, good game.
Can I get Russo one I should have knew? That was the
Can
one.
I get some Queen We Are the Champions?
Oh man, I'm not giving you that. No.
See, you lucky you behind the board. If I could do it, I'd play it right now. How about that? That was a great display there.
By you?
Yes.
Yes.
You got that was a lot of strategy involved, Big Guy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was a lot of baseball was out of your wheelhouse.
Like if Jay would have said like 14, 15, like 16, I would have been like, ooh, that's tough. But he went 8, 19.
I wanted to say 16, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'll give it to you, man. I ain't no hater, man.
Congratulations, Cal Draper.
I ain't no hater.
Dramatic 3-2 victory today.
Yeah, he did.
In the
He
Whitey's
snuck
Wayback
one out.
Machine quiz for June 10th. He needed to come up with the age of baseball's youngest player ever to do it. Joe Nuxall, age 15. Draper, closest to the answer.
And I
the
got
winner.
the baseball ones correct. I got the Willie Mays on them. Who else? What else?
Well, the most impressive to me was Lucia Harris.
Yeah.
Delta State.
I thought about the
I was
Jazz.
like Delta State.
I was like,
Jazz. Okay, New Orleans. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas.
Great
I
match.
feel good now. That
Yeah.
was great. I
Great
appreciate
match.
I'll let this play till we go out.
Jay Salty. Sorry, big fella. Dog, he took L's on the diamond this weekend. He took L's here in the studio.
Got a little streak
Dude,
going,
you
doesn't he?
struggling, big fella.
All right,
Man,
yeah.
you like the Pistons out here. I'm messing with you.
The Pistons
You
don't
like
play
the Pistons.
Drapes, how's your girl doing?
Not
Caitlin
good.
Clark?
Not good. They're getting smoked right now. Connecticut's not the best team in the league. Let me see what my girl Caitlin Clark is doing today. 14 points. No, that's not her. Hold on. Only 22 minutes tonight for her. 10 points. I think this has been a blowout this entire second half. So,
And bottom line, how do you feel about her not being on the Olympic team?
I'm fine with it. She'll have her time. She will have her moment. It's not often that they just pick somebody right from college. She wasn't on the team practicing, wasn't at the tryouts, at the combine or whatever. And so she'll get her chance.
Yeah, she said, I guess she told her coach they've awakened a beast.
A beast.
Yeah, let's see about
Ooh,
that.
now you got to back it up.
She'll get plenty more chances. Yeah. We've been talking a lot of baseball in the quiz. We have baseball coming up. We got the A's taking on the Padres in San Diego. That's next on Sacktown Sports. We'll be with you tomorrow. Drive, guys.